And hello there, everyone. Hello there, our dearest listeners and spectators. Welcome once again to another episode of 199.9 FM, the only radio station you can trust in these ever changing times. Here for none other than patch 3.6, First and Last Principles. Is it first and last or last and first? I still cannot remember at this point
First
what
and
it
last.
is. First and last, there we go.
Yeah.
Of course, the first would be first. What am I even saying? But well, here we are again, back with another episode, and unfortunately, First and Last Principles is only 21. That's I'm not cutting this part. 21 days from 21 days
Oh,
from our
okay.
usual 42 days. So unfortunately, we can only do one episode without ending up dying. I mean, like, there's not as much content, but still, very much a shame. But nonetheless, here we are now. We're still going to be doing our best, and we're still going to be having our presentations, the usual stuff that you would come to expect from a 199.9 FM episode. And of course, as per usual, once again, I am one of your hosts for today, ReddShifted. I am a fun facts guy over on Twitter. Sometimes, not usually doing that right now. I'm usually just doing stuff and things here in this channel, where that be history or opinions. But as per usual, I am joined here today by my two lovely co-hosts. Over here at the top, we have.
Okay. It's me, Deimos. Um, I have been posting again at least, so now I can say that I am a lore poster over on Twitter and sometimes on TikTok. But yeah, I recently just started posting a mini series, so if you wanna go check that out, you can. But let's move on to the other co-host with us.
Hey, yo, I am Yubi, also known as UncanonValley. Most of the time, I do shorts, animations, mostly sometimes either on like my own TikTok or a YouTube channel, and also sometimes gets commissioned by Brewpub Global Branch sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at both of my co-hosts being so busy and like being so productive. Meanwhile, my own channel has been rotting for the past like 9 months now.
You have to graduate. Excuse
You had to graduate.
Yeah, I had to go through an entire listen, I had like an entire exam and I still worked on my last video. And now even my Twitter account is rotting.
Rip.
Yeah, very
It's okay. You have
well.
like in real life stuff. I also have in real life stuff. Technically, my
Yeah.
freelancing is also in real life stuff.
very
Yeah.
busy, very busy. How do we
And I'm
even do all of this?
we just do.
We just
That's it.
do. We truly
With
do.
real passion.
Yeah. I would die if we make like 2 episodes out of this patch. But speaking of which, this patch, first and last principles. So I guess first of no, that's so fucking stupid. What do you guys think of it?
It was.
Oh, it was good. It was really.
It was like short, but also it has said what it needs to be said. You know.
Yeah, like
It was short, but it was
Yeah.
like good.
it was good in terms of like it didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't like understay its welcome. It had a time, and like it accomplished what it needed to do, because more than anything, like it wrapped up the
Yeah.
entire, I wouldn't say entirely, like Muse the Third is still an enigma, whatever the fuck that guy is.
Enigma.
Sure, that's not even intentional at that point, but like still have no idea what the hell is up with Musée de Terre, but like at the very least, pre-Storm Protocol, that entire like section that has been brewing up ever since 2.8 is more or less done. And more importantly, like the character growth of Adler that we have been witnessing ever since 1.4.
4.
Yeah, 1.4,
Yeah.
which is genuinely kind of insane. Like, what, two, almost 2.5 years, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And like, just
Almost 3 even.
yeah,
Who knows?
like a denouement of like Greta and Marcus. Well, like I'm expecting a bit more of Marcus, of course, but like just a denouement of Marcus and Greta's like overall story and Greta's presence overall as you know others continue to carry not the flame, that's a different song, carry her torch into like other parts of the story, which is very interesting and all that. But yeah, aside from that though, aside from the fact that it's good, of course we're going to be having a lot more conversations about this patch as you know, the lore. I'm sure there's a lot of lore in there, Demos.
God, okay.
The low person will be suffering.
I mean, like,
Meanwhile, me, I'm okay.
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like you'd be
Frankly-
fine, UV, because like I'm thinking there's
It's-
Enigma, there's Ludwig, there's who else?
Young Greta
Yeah.
Hoffman.
Young Greta Hoffman.
can we have the analysis of both older and younger Greta Hoffmans?
I
Just for the
mean,
sake
we'll
of it.
see.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if we have time, I
But-
guess.
But yeah, with the lore, there's a lot. That's
There's a
what I can at least say. Like
yeah.
there were a lot of ideas that I wanted to talk about. Like I have a whole list right now, like all the ideas I have with talking about this patch. But one of the main things that's constantly going is that people want the pre-storm protocol recap. I swear to God.
Play the game.
Play
Duh.
one, play the game. Two, it's whatever. I'll still do it anyway because I
Yeah.
know most people in the fandom don't read
Are
anyway.
not going to do
Whatever.
it because, like, with all due respect, Pre-Storm Protocol, is it longer
tedious
or
game.
it's very tedious, and like, is it longer or shorter than the usual like roguelike game modes, like a Series of Dusk or Syndrome of Silence?
I would say it's not as long as IS from
Yeah.
Integrated Strategy from
Mhm.
Arknight.
Yeah, because, like-
that one's really long.
Yeah, definitely. But like the thing is, Pre-Storm Protocol feels a little longer, at least mentally or like psychologically, because of the fact that it has no auto button.
Uh,
Yeah, because
Mhm.
like
you
you
have
have
to do most of the things by yourself.
by yourself. Because like at the very least for Series of Dust or like a Syndrome of Silence, you could just go click whatever, click over here, and you already know what to do, and then you could just simply auto the battles. Majority of it is battles. At the very least for Pre-Storm Protocol, majority of it is movement, like moving from place to place, and even then it
Mhm.
skips some of the battles, so it can be a bit tedious. I can understand why some people would not like at the very least go through it. I mean, like I haven't.
Bruh.
I saw
it's
the
whatever.
endings on YouTube. Okay, I'm LARPing. I'm going through YouTube tutorials.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, it's like it's understandable. I also had to like double check a lot of things because the story is very scattered. I
Yeah.
did not get the secret ending for 2.8 and 3.1. So I have to also double check that and have to verify everything. But overall, at least I know what the story is now.
Yeah.
At least.
At the very least, I think like the basic gist of it is what's important, and I think
Mm-hmm.
there's this one node in the story. I mean, like one trail in the story where it just basically summarizes it. Like, oh, we got this
Yep.
box from Misei the Third, and then from our first expedition we did this. For our second expedition, we had like the language disorder. We kind of fixed it by having these Towers of Babel, and now the Towers of Babel kind of like reduced everyone's personalities down to zero, and we now have to fix that. And like, I think that's that basic.
And then
Recap is fine enough,
Yeah.
but we have to go through like all of the specific details because like with just that you wouldn't know that we've already met Greta back in like 3.3 was it 3.3 or 3.2?
1.
1. Never mind. I'm dumb.
1.
But yeah.
It's fine. No, because if it was 3.2, it clashes with like
SOS.
Syndrome Silence. Yeah.
yeah.
You know what? It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
regardless, there's a lot of there's a lot of things I do want to go over um with 3.6, especially in regards to the toy box as well as like Enigma as a
Yeah.
character, because his arc is
Great.
there, like then and there,
Yeah.
and it's very clear that it's a closing chapter on the Hoffman legacy.
Yeah.
If anything, that's how I see it. So
It's a closing
yeah,
chapter
as
and
much.
a prelude to the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Because-
Yeah, I I am both eager to talk about it and very scared to talk
Yeah.
about it because I don't know whether it's too much or too little.
You know, I'm just gonna
We'll
say
see.
it immediately. If you take 1.5 to 2 hours for it, it's fine. Go for it. We only have one episode for Dispatch. You guys go all out, and I don't care.
Okay. Oh my
Are you
god, we're gonna
sure
go
you
5
don't want
hours
to
again.
render it?
5 hours. We're bringing back the 5 hours.
We're bringing back the fucking 5
Uh-huh.
hours. Damn.
I mean, the
But
intro
oh
is
well.
already long.
Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
long. They're only like gone 11 minutes, but while you guys are both, I mean, like Yuvi's chilling, you're stressing out. I ain't just gonna do whatever. I guess.
You're just gonna
Yeah.
do the, the
Reader's
story
res-
recap.
Reader's response.
Yeah.
The easiest part of everything. I don't have to go through Wikipedia pages and Smithsonian magazines and also
Oh.
articles from historians. I don't have to do any of that. Thank God. But for now, we'll just have to see what each of us has to offer in our individual sections, which will be coming up after this introduction. And speaking of, I guess if we really are going 5 hours, then we get it started. It's been like 12 minutes since the start of this session. But anyway, all that is being
Amazing.
said, it's not good. Now move on. Let's move on. But yeah.
Alright, we are back to UV doing character design analyzing. This is gonna be a special episode because we only have like a few characters and also the playable character is only one character. So this is gonna be short, hopefully for me.
Hopefully, I mean, we've said that a lot of times already.
Yes.
Let's just continue hoping.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with the good old name Enigma, and we're going to do the definition. Enigma could mean like a puzzling person, like a mysterious person, a riddle, an obscure statement with hidden meaning which to be discovered. So he's basically a riddle. Like in his Chinese name is also riddle, so that makes sense. It's like, yep, this is a name perfect for a cryptographer. So, and then we go to his real name, Adler Hoffman. We have two parts, so we're gonna be going by that. Adler means eagle, a symbol of like strength, courage, and nobility. Hoffman means steward, for like more definition. Steward is like someone who managed like the farmland, like back in the day. They basically do like financials and stuff. So basically, this is a manager. Your
Oh.
last name is manager, Mr. Adler.
Oh.
Eagle manager.
So
That's great.
yeah,
manager.
basically the Hoffman siblings are managers, and that makes perfect sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we do the good old silhouette, and his silhouettes are very clear. Like you can see, like the big coat, like just like Madame Hoffman.
Yeah. Like with
Big
the amount
coat
of
as a
detail
fashion.
ever since 1.4, you could tell that he's going to be playable.
Oh
It's
yeah, he
always
looks
been
like
there.
playable order basically. And then in the good old fashioned of reverse, your I2, you will be taking off your coat, like so many of
Okay.
like the year one characters.
Yeah.
A bit of
You, like you
Orla
either
loss,
take off
really.
your coat or you like wore another coat. Basically, it's like one of the two. And so I really like that you can see like how messy his hair is. He looks like he doesn't shower. It's like
No,
understandable.
of course,
Oh,
we needed that.
Of course. We needed to know this.
Yeah, and then we have this as his design. Yeah, this is a character you would call Enigma. This is understandable. Well, the first one, I understand why he's called Enigma. The second one, he looks like at least he looks like he's showered, but I don't think he ironed his clothing, and that is another thing
Yeah.
entirely.
He just got like a
Yeah,
fresh new
it's-
batch out from like the fucking laundry and just draped it on himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can see, like he just put his like the end of his pants into his boots, which is kind of funny. Hey man,
Oh yeah.
it's okay. This is his director outfit. This is not the director of La Place.
I mean, he still looks classy, I
he-
guess. Like hot people look hot.
It
I
still
don't
looks
know.
messy as hell, but you know what? Baby steps. He's
Baby
still
steps.
depressing.
He's,
Yeah, very much
he's
so.
getting out of his depression. It's a bit. It takes its time.
It takes its time.
he's-
Like,
Yeah, it
listen,
takes
he's going to
time.
slowly learn how to be fashionable. Like, you see, like, in his next garment, he's going to be slightly fashionable, and then on the second garment, he's going to be a runway. He's going to be a runway diva.
Oh my
True.
god! Imagine
True
him
and true.
playing like the
It's not hard to
way.
imagine.
Yeah,
to imagine.
I mean he's the favorite. I can tell he's the writer's favorite.
He's everyone's
not?
favorite. He got a fucking patch by himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
and also a fancy web event. Not gonna lie. Now let's go to the splash art. Its splash art is good. There's like a lot of stuff to be like pointing out. First of all, you can see like the strips of paper, which is basically like the cipher from like the cipher machine. So yeah,
Yeah.
and the reason why it being composition like this, kind of like air, kind of like wind, is because this is supposed to be what Numa would be for Enigma if he can like sense Numa. He would interpret it as a puzzle, a riddle, basically. So that's why they have to like make it into like strips of like air. Arcanum being
Okay.
like,
It might just be like a Rorschach test kind of type shit that it's happening to me, but I can almost see a bird here.
oh yeah, it's probably an
Oh,
eagle.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
His name is
Yeah.
Atlas. His name mean eagle.
yeah. I see a bird here.
There's a
Yeah.
bird. You just have to see it in like the bigger picture.
yeah.
Yeah, I really do
Yeah.
like how the way they try to like explain that this is Numa, and you can clearly see that this is like Arcanum to him, and it's been transferred into like a physical form of like strips of cipher, because it's kind of like how the Toybox try to communicate with him through something he's already known, kind of like how 37, asked Aperon a question, and that's how, and Aperon answered in like, numbers. This is like the same thing. Is when you ask for like questions, and they can only answer in a way that only the character can know, basically according to the knowledge of the characters. So other than that, we're gonna be focusing on some of the design, like close up. You can see the rain. You can see the raindrops rising into the sky. You can also see from here too, like some small like raindrops. Yeah, basically the storm, and also you can see the background here is actually the beach. You know that beach,
Oh, the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
the
beach
one
that
in
makes
the
you old. I mean,
Keystone
different
Protocol.
beach.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, so this is basically they included the beach from Freestone Protocol where Adler met Greta, the data version of Greta, simulation version of Greta. And we can see already that is when the storm starts to happen. Wow, talk about replaying your
Ooh.
trauma.
Amazing.
man.
Depressed man replaying his trauma.
How much bad can we make this one
Okay.
person's life be?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's okay. So now we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room, that is this device, which is not the Enigma machine. Surprisingly, I went to look up the models. It does not match. It's just a cipher machine used in World War II, and the model is the US Navy CSP 1500 M209A cipher machine. That's a really long name.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not
Yeah.
even surprised at this
it
point
was-
that you managed to find this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I went to look up like specifically cipher machines during World War II, so that's why.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, the easy part to look at is that the rotors are like at the front over here, so that's why. I found it in like the website for collecting. It's called the Enigma Museum website, and it's for like auction stuff basically, and also like with some a little bit of like the history of the relics, which is interesting.
All right, how much is it for
So
sale?
the other part,
How much
I
is
have
it
no
for
idea. It was already sold out, so I have no idea.
Oh, too bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Welcome
Okay,
to
the other part
items.
I need to talk about is this. You see this part,
Oh,
also
yeah,
this part.
Triangles.
Yeah.
No, not triangles. A house of cards.
Yeah.
A house of
There's
cards.
a meaning
Oh,
for that.
yeah, yeah.
House of cards is like, in terms of like, a hobby that I can see like Enigma like doing house of cards. You know, playing with playing cards. That makes sense. But this is more of like the expression house of cards, which basically means something like building something but with a weak and unstable foundation.
Yeah.
It's basically goes with like Enigma's story where he's basically like doing something that he's not even sure of that is going to be like, you know, stable. Basically he's going towards Arcanum.
Yeah. It's kind of a gamble to ever like make a house of cards because the slightest gust of wind is going to make it go crashing down.
Yeah, but like he
yet
has to
he
do it
steps
anyways. He has to step up anyways, and he did.
Yeah.
So like the most he can do is like make a foundation,
Yeah, at the very least,
like make a
start.
proper foundation. Yeah.
Start and don't stop.
I can make a house of cards right now. I have
Oh,
a deck of cards like just across from me,
bruh.
Yeah, same. I have it outside my room.
outside your.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruh.
We're not gonna make it a challenge to like
Okay.
see who makes the first house of cards, are we?
No. I'm too
Okay, let's
lazy.
see.
Okay, okay.
We're gonna
I
be
guess
looking
not.
at clothing, talking about designs, and he looks like a mess from his hair to his unshaved stubble, and also a lot of receipts that he just collects and taped it to his coat, which is
Yeah.
insane.
Are they receipts or just his notes?
The man is not okay, not quite.
Yeah. They're notes.
It
Have you
looks
ever
like
bought anything?
receipts. It's probably notes, but it looks like receipts so much.
They're probably just notes. Because
Yeah, but do you tape
Could
your
have
notes
bought
to
them.
yourself like that?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of Laplace
I mean-
researchers start writing on themselves.
Oh yeah.
including him. Yeah, like that's more normal than him writing on his own clothes. So like it's
I mean,
whatever.
yeah, he does write on himself and his own clothes. So, good for him.
Uh-huh.
Good for him.
He writes a lot. So let's talk about the first thing that you can see, which is cryptographer's friend, which is basically a cipher typewriter, which I have here. This actually, yes, a cipher typewriter. It does exist, and you can see from like the handle, the tiny handle here has like a handle that it has the same handle on this also, and it's basically created for like a cipher device that is portable. Besides like the one in the briefcase, they try to make it portable by giving it a handle, which is like, yeah, makes sense.
The handle's so thin though.
It's
That's so
the
funny.
designers also use the Victor Index portable typewriter.
Oh, hey,
It's like a combination. Everyone knows this one. Everyone fucking knows this one. This is from Earth's design.
Yeah.
Also, they just really like this typewriter.
To be fair, it's a very
If
cool
we want
typewriter.
like the specific, just like this description It's basically a renowned artisan compressed a complex encryption system into a shoulder-mounted device. Creating this portable unit, it's designed to operate under various settings such as mountain climbing, working at the office, or daydreaming. So yeah, like imagine using a typewriter on your shoulder. Actually, just imagine using an iPad on your shoulder. That's really crazy. The idea of like someone designing this and thinking, yeah, this like makes sense.
This is usable
Deciphering-
enough. This is practical.
Yeah,
I
this is
mean,
very practical.
it's the equivalent of using having a device on like the wrist. I don't know, those smartwatches and some shit. It's just
Alright,
that
Hey,
it
at
happens
least
to
you
be
can
on the
see.
shoulder.
Yeah, you can
It happens
see
at
the
least-
smartwatches.
Shoulder.
You can see smartwatches, but I don't think you can see the cipher on your shoulder. I mean, I guess it's for like
Maybe.
cool points.
Also,
In
you
terms
could
of, like,
press your
design, it's
wrist
cool
up with
point.
your
I guess
hand.
so.
You have to angle your arm weird to get access to your shoulder.
Okay, so let's go to the next design, which is his second design, and he's slightly cleaned up. You can see like he shaved a little bit.
Yeah, he
He
shaved.
still has like some
Very much a
stubble, but,
shame he
like,
should not
shaved
have
a little bit.
shaved.
My
He
God,
should have kept the stubble, really.
you know what people said in the Thai community when Enigma I2 came out. People said, "Oh my God, he finally take a shower." I was like,
I think that's what everyone in the fandom said. Oh my god, he finally took a shower.
Everyone's just like, "Oh my God, he took a shower." And I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
If you
So-
if it's also noticeable, he's also standing straight this time. He's not fucking hunched down. Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his height
He's like-
again?
No, so strangely enough, he's like shorter than Ulrich.
Yeah,
Kind of funny.
yeah, but like,
Just
what's
a
his
bit.
height? Like, he has to be slouched every
I
so
can't
often.
remember.
He's very tall. He's a tall boy.
Yeah,
Tall guy.
I can't remember.
How tall is he again?
So we're gonna be looking at the design. They still kept the handwriting on the wrist. Now he's carrying the cipher device instead. And now, in terms of like the other parts of the design I want to talk about is this, the white ribbon. If you zoom in, you can actually see some cipher on it. It's actually a
Yeah.
strip of paper. It's actually like a strip of paper. It's kind of like his design too, because it's supposed to
about being
be a
cheap.
reference from the Turing machine, by
Oh.
Alan Turing.
Yeah.
They use like strips of paper on it, so that's why it's for the Turing test. And now we're going to talk about the concept, and the first thing we're going to talk about is actually the Udimo, which is just a guy because he's
is the guy.
The tiny
He's
more
human.
human.
The guy.
He's
The
a
little
mix.
guy.
He's technically a mix, but he's more human. So
Yeah, like it's 1/4.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. I can't believe
doesn't count.
Utu is racist.
my
Bruh.
God.
Oh yeah, if it's anything, I did find the height. He is 179 centimeters, or more specifically, 178.99 centimeters tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, he is tall.
Yeah. Yeah, he's quite tall.
Yeah, but yeah, so like I think like this is probably the first human I've ever done like an Udimo of, and most of the time in the description it would say that this is a statue type, as in humans are born from being carved from a stone, like the you can see
Yeah.
the stone from here.
The myth and all that.
The other
Totally.
character
Yeah.
that is like a special one is Nautica, which is carved from the stone. Yes, she's human. She was human, but she's been carved into a baby reindeer, so that's another thing. A very special case. This is, a human Adler, tiny human man. So we can talk about the first thing that everyone immediately understood about his what he's reference to is the Enigma machine. And I added Mr. Alan Turing here because we're gonna be talking a little bit about the Enigma machine that he has reference on. A cipher device used in early mid 20th century. It was considered so secure it was used to encipher top secret messages by Nazi Germany during World War II. The device was decrypted by an invention called the bomb by the mathematician Alan Turing. So
That's
like
the bomb.
I have to like
The bomb.
basically that's the name.
You know what?
The
Banger
bomb.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look like a bunch of bombs lined up on a wall. Basically, I have seen it in the like photos. Like and
Yeah.
like a lot of his concepts is actually referencing this guy, Mr. Alan Turing, more than actually referencing the Enigma machine. Technically, he himself is the enigma that needs to be solved, and he solved himself. So that's why he's more referencing Alan Turing.
To be fair, everyone loves
So like,
Turing.
how much? Yeah, how much do you know about him, by
100%.
the way?
The fact
Um,
that he's gay.
Oh yeah, I was about to immediately say
Yes.
that.
No, you know what? Yeah, you know what? You're right. He's gay. So that's why we're going to
Oh my
okay,
Stop. Stop.
So he's gay.
Out of
Okay.
here.
Okay, bud.
And unfortunately,
Okay,
that's
bud.
his crime. He basically got into jail because he was gay, and then he was basically pressured into, agreeing to take therapy, into reducing his sex drive to, make him less gay. But that did not work. He actually found it like amusing that the therapy did not make him any less
Yeah.
gay.
We love our woke king.
Bruce Nuke.
So like the reason why I'm like putting Enigma and Auric here with the CG isn't because referencing Alan Turing is gay as hell. It's more so I want to talk about the Turing patterns, which you can also find something similar to the ferrofluid magnet pattern.
Oh. Wait, that makes a lot of sense now. Huh.
Yeah, that's the reason why these two are always on the same wavelength and understanding is because they have something similar to each other. So for the Turing patterns, it's more so like a study of chemicals in biological like living creatures that form patterns from DNA and biology stuff. But Turing basically calculated it into a more stable number, basically. So basically, patterns on animals such as pufferfish can be how do you say this? Can be translated into like a systematic number. And there's like a study on this as well, the ferrofluid magnetic pattern by referencing the Turing patterns also. This is called like the labyrinth pattern. I read in the article, and apparently they had to like reference Turing a lot because on his side it's more like biology, and on like the magnetic pattern side it's more like science
Electromagnetics.
and electricity. Yeah,
Yep.
basically. So yeah, technically these two like are on the same wavelength because of Disney.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay, so I have an interesting question to ask you, and it's gonna be something that Enigma has mentioned before. Is that what do you think is a tuna cycle?
Tuna Psycho. An inexplicable incantation recited by an arcanist that is deciphered by another arcanist from the memory of another arcanist, recreated by another arcanist.
Basically, you don't want to say it's the La Una circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's actually a reference. It's
Oh,
kind of like
God.
a little bit of an Easter
Oh my
egg.
god.
It's a reference to another cipher called it's been nicknamed Toonie, and it's basically Toonie as in tuna fish. The cipher is called the Lawrence
Glowfish?
cipher,
Oh, never mind.
made
Never
by a
mind.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
Oh
sure,
my
why not?
So
Okay.
it's not just Lawrence butterfly being based on the Lawrence attractor. It's also based on the Lawrence cipher, because apparently Laplace need two ciphers, the Enigma
Yay.
cipher and also the Lawrence
Mhm.
cipher, which both are solved using the Turing method. So you can
Yeah.
kind of see like the theme here with Laplace going towards like language and decrypting language.
Yeah.
Oh,
mean,
by
like,
the way, the Enigma machine was actually the Enigma cipher was like sent in forms of weather reports, like because they had to like
Ah.
send reports every day, so they had to like make it into something that is more something like a
Believable.
data that needs to send, yeah, something like mundane. So they sent the cipher in form of message of like weather reports to like disguise the actual secret message. So that's why we have weathers
Yeah.
as a reference here.
Like meteorology and all
Interesting.
that. That's cool. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
guess it kind of loops back to like the original idea that like Laplace and Lorentz are kind of like the same two sides of the same coin, because there's also of course the
Yeah.
connection between the Laplace and Lorentz forces, which are technically just the same forces being caused by one another. So I guess it's just being in the same way they have their own goals. It's just that it's in different directions that they're taking it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now you kind of understand why Lauren's whole like character thing is like crack it if you can, as in like cracking the code, which because she's also based on the cipher.
Yeah, they're two contradictory figures, but they have the same
They
goal
kind of have the same
anyways.
goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna talk to the good old Miss Madame Hoffman.
Oh my god.
The gays would love
I
this
have
one.
two silhouettes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, she's come back to popularity because of this patch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
finally
that.
we get more content. We get more content of
Love that
Greta
for her.
Hoffman. Yeah.
She gets her final
we're gonna
bit of
start off
content
with-
before dying off.
Yeah, dying off
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with her name, we have two parts. Greta, meaning pearl, which is a symbol of wisdom, hope, and peace. There's actually like a lot
Yeah.
of meanings symbolizing
One thing that I find
pearls.
it really funny is that Greta is a diminutive of Margaret, which
Yeah,
is very
Yeah.
funny.
we also have another
Marguerite.
Margaret. It's just like, yeah.
Marguerite. Yeah.
And yes, Hoffman, because they are the manager, the steward, the manager. Okay, that makes sense. Now we do the, analysis on the silhouettes. The silhouettes, you can see the big coach runs in the family.
They fucking
You
love
can
the
see
big
the
coat.
big ass coach silhouettes, and
We
also
love that for them.
Yeah.
the scraggy hair also
Yeah.
runs in the family.
Rat tails.
Even
rat
Marcus
tails galore.
has the big ass coat.
True.
Now we're waiting
And then
for
you
Aura to
see
get a
like
big
young
coat.
Greta Hoffman with the fuck ass pose. This is the pose when you make an OC and you don't know what to pose. This is such a
Yeah.
basic pose. I'm
Don't
telling you
don't,
right now.
don't call out the people who are making OCs like.
Me,
Oh.
I'm calling myself out.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I always do this fucking
the
pose.
artists.
Like I don't know what to do with the legs.
Yeah.
Like guess
Like
I'm gonna
bend
do this.
one leg.
No, that's-
Bend one leg.
Yeah.
Bend the one
or like,
leg to make it
more
make
details.
sense.
Yeah.
Give
Like
it
more
style,
dynamic.
quote,
The
unquote.
Greeks discovered it, they called it contraposta or something. And then like we're just
Bro.
reusing it over and over again.
Okay, let's see. We're gonna look at the design when she is. This is a present time. This is the flashback when she was younger, and I have
Yeah.
no idea when she was like. When did she join the foundation again?
93.
93. Oh,
Yeah. If anything, what was it?
Was she a teenager?
We no, we only
No.
got this piece of information. When was it? Oh yeah, when they released merch. This was a
It
merch
should be
lot.
in
Yeah,
her
this is merch
ID.
locked with
Yeah,
like
it should
her
have been in her
file.
ID, foundation ID,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
The foundation ID and her date and her age at death. So like,
Yeah.
when she joined the foundation when she was like 24, 25, and
That's so
yeah.
rare.
That's. I'm surprised that she didn't join the foundation. She was like 16.
Yeah, honestly, like give me a
Be fair.
Polina situation.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's okay. So you can see the design. She has like gray hair since she was young. I was surprised actually.
Yeah, it is just the stress, you know.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
stress. And maybe the mountain climbing. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
So
genetics.
like
Who
what I
knows?
wanna talk about. What I wanna talk about isn't even like her overall designs. What I wanna talk about in terms of like both her like present design and her flashback is the reflection she left on the characters related to her.
The big coat.
The big
Yeah, the big coat. The big coat
can
and also
I-
the goddamn fuck ass pose on like having your hand in your pocket. Yeah, you basically got it from
There's
her.
also how can I say there's also like the little incomplete tuck of the
Yeah, this
The
part.
half tuck.
yeah
Oh.
Yeah.
half tuck and the stupid
They're
rat
just, like,
tail.
My god, they're just like matching. There's also like a white scarf and white scarf. Yeah, yeah.
White
makes
scarf, white
sense.
scarf. Open coat too, actually. Like
Yeah, they also have like same
yeah.
hair, same hair.
same
Also,
hair.
there's like you see like she has a wristwatch here because she's punctual and all
Yeah.
that. And Marcus in her eye too, when she takes off her coat, she actually has a pocket watch on her belt on here. I didn't add this, but I wanted to mention it regardless.
Yeah.
You can see like how like the clothing designing of Marcus is formed. You can see like even the belt is like on like the same height, kind of like in the middle of the torso, and with a long skirt, with a big coat. And it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
she's just like a teacher,
Daughter.
Yeah.
just like a mom,
Daughter.
daughter, little baby.
A little baby.
Yeah. So okay, let's talk about the other part of her design. That is her Udimo. Surprising, yes, her Udimo.
Yes. You got
Yeah.
We will be talking
The deer.
about it,
The deer.
which can only be seen in Marcus' splash art, and you can see like the shape here that with like the little like parts here looks like a deer sitting
Yeah.
and watching over the little seagull,
yeah.
baby.
The-
Baby.
Yeah, this is
I remember when. Yeah.
yeah, this is
I
a
remember
deer with
when
free will.
I remember seeing this the first time and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, but they made this hurt so much more. Holy shit. This is gonna kill
They
me
just want
somewhere.
it to hurt so bad. They're just like that we will be putting Madame Hoffman as an Udemo in the sky, watching over her baby. Pause.
And
Pain.
painful.
Very much so.
So, since we're on the topic of, Greta Hoffman, I wanted to talk about the elephant in the room, the important part of the story, the Hoffman knot.
Yes. I have
Yeah,
one of those, by the way.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is people who has the merch.
People have the merch.
Yeah. So this is basically the physical form of the core of the ritual of the equilibrium umbrella. What I want to talk about is that I want to talk about the meaning of the Hoffman knot. I want to talk about what it is, basically. But like, in order to understand what the Hoffman knot is supposed to be, we have to like go back to like the question that is the reason why we got the Hoffman knot in the first place. That question is the one in the cave, basically.
Yeah, the 137 like
The one
asked.
asked. Yeah, the one 37 chose to ask because she knew her limits. How can we escape the darkness of the phenomenal world and be freed from the emanation forever? How can we escape the darkness and not be swept away by time itself, basically? Like much like the Toybox, which communicates only in a way Enigma understands, Apeiron gave 37 an answer only in a way she can understand, which that answer came in like a form of strings, which 37 understood to be like
Yeah.
a physical form of it. She was able to solve it because it's something only she can understand. No
Yeah.
sound or text, no language, but a pure structure of the answer's essence
In
itself.
mathematics. It's
think-
very cool that like
Yeah.
every like copy of the solution of the storm is personalized to you. You know, it's like a video game.
Yeah, it's
That's right.
basically like what being like a answer, like when like Matilda explained how Numa works, and it's really like depending on the person, and no
Exactly.
diviner can like interpret it in the same way. So
Even if the result is the same, the outcome still is still different because Numa itself is subjective. It's not
yeah,
that's universe, whatever the word is. So
yeah. So like this is a physical form of the answer Apeiron gave 37, which is a simple notch. The very first form of history recording before the invention of words and languages. This is like something I already talked about in read analysis in terms of like being read not, because it's a form of recording history. This
Yeah,
is the
Claypool
physical
saw.
form of the answer. But what does it mean? Like, what do you think it means? Like this form of the Hawkman knot that we know today.
Deimos, you want to take this one?
well,
You need to go back to the question,
Yeah,
like how can we escape the
Yeah.
darkness of the phenomenal world and be free from the emanation forever? And this is the answer. This knot is the physical form of the answer.
yeah.
But what is like the answer in form of like language, in form of like words that people can understand?
Yeah, La Unwa circle
In English,
or
I guess.
something. The first
Well,
circle.
no, that's the
no.
ritual, and not everyone can understand the ritual.
it's one answer, but this is a very specific answer given to someone that will only understand it in that way. So,
I mean, I can explain it to you. Actually, I have like another explanation.
Go
Like,
for
in
it.
order for us to understand what the answer means, the knots and the numbers, we must first look into the knot itself. The knot, in like 37 explanation, he said that the knot can be made into 8 crossings. And if you look at all of the forms in 8 crossing sections, these are like, I went to look up for the article, which was like written since 1884, by the way.
Oh, no.
If you want the time.
Oh, no.
Look at all the PDF for it. So that's why so many. So the 8 crossings starts from here. And these are all the 8 crossing. Can you see them?
Yes.
Can you see the Hawkman knot?
I'm
Yeah,
blind, hold
It's
on.
right here.
Oh, never mind, there it is.
there it is.
I point it out to you. It is right here, and you can see the number. The number on this knot, the number of the form, is number 17.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
okay, what does 17 mean? How does it help the characters escape the darkness and not be swept away by chaos and the passage of time itself? What do you think is the essence of 17?
It's a prime number.
Yes. And
And
anything else?
hold on. In an alternate universe, when they released Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to the universe is not
Ugh.
42 but 17.
Oh my god. No. Okay, you know what? For like a quick explanation, 17 is the number of hope. It is the number of inspiration and creativity. 17 is the number of the star.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I don't know my tarot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see the number on here too. Like, it is 17.
Yeah.
It is the number of the star.
Yeah. And it's right smack in the middle also. So
Yep.
that's what happens now.
You know what? Maybe I am dumb because like I've been thinking ever since chapter 5.5 has always been like I've been trying to find so much of the literary reference because you know it's a main story chapter. It has to be named after something that is literary. I did not consider tarot.
Mm.
It's right there.
Uh,
It's in the major arcana. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like I'm gonna tell you from experience because I have designed tarot cards before, and the main like qualities of the star card is the star has to have 8 points, just like how the Hawkman knot has to have 8 crossings.
Mm-hmm.
Because 8 is a number with many symbols. But you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about hope. Let's talk about the star. Let's talk about her.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm
Her.
scared.
So scared now.
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
going to be force fed like high quality cocaine right now.
Cocaine.
To be fair,
Oh my god.
we
Okay.
cannot forget our origins anyway. But that's an insight for a different day.
Yeah. Okay, so like in the Star chapter, Matilda and Sosabe were tasked with investigating the archives of the School of Numbers. An unsubmitted report of Greta Hoffman in which unsuitable to submit due to how personal Madame Hoffman recorded her encounter with her, aka
Yeah, can we stop it with
37
the her?
Smudger.
Can we just say 77? It's
Her.
making it
Yeah,
ominous.
just say
Smudger 77. Okay, I'll say her name, goddamn. And you know what? Honestly, I don't blame Enigma for not submitting his sister's report, because Greta
be,
sounds it's absolutely bonkers. Greta's in her like report sounds absolutely bonkers, talking about this one single MILF she met in like the middle of the ocean. And
Yeah, we're using the
Yeah,
M word
it was
now.
Yeah.
We're using the M word.
yeah,
To be fair, how do I put this? Right, they found the report in like, what was it? An abandoned part of the library. So, it's like
that was half.
Greta never
the
submitted
report.
it in the first place.
That was like half of the report. He also like didn't want to submit the other part, which is
Oh
more
yeah, he also
embarrassing.
had the other half.
Yeah, that's like the entire thing. He doesn't want the foundation to be reading shit.
Yeah.
But you know, for the sake of character analysis, I'll be reading some of the parts of Madame Hoffman report.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
Good lord. What is
I
this
don't
now?
know what words to use to describe her. She was like a meteor shower, a tempest, or an unreasonable catastrophe itself. Her existence was just like her name. It was simple, yet implied a lot. Please forgive me for my cowardice. Even now, I don't have the courage to write down her name, if one would call that a name. God, gay as fuck.
Okay,
Sorry.
sure. I was waiting for
Okay.
it. Like
This is
it was going to happen
This is
eventually.
such Mr. Darcy
Yeah.
thing, like, you know, Mr. Darcy
Okay.
from like Pride and Prejudice. I was like,
Oh my god.
Oh, you actually mentioned it. Okay, sure.
Okay.
and just like this is the one thing that reminds me of when I read like listening to like the voice acting, I was like, wow, that's kind of, gayish.
This is gayer than I expected. Than how it
Yeah, you don't
reads
even
on
see the
paper.
sprite of the character.
Not until like
Yeah.
how many patches later?
Yeah.
Like about 5?
In fact, she was quite a kind, warm-hearted person. Among all the unregistered arcanists I've met, she was one of the nicest ones towards the Foundation. Our communication was heart-stirring at the beginning, and then goddamn 77 starts talking. Immediately,
yapping.
it's no longer heart-stirring.
Yeah.
Girl.
Sorry, she started talking, suddenly she sounds insane.
Yeah.
Both of us were eager to find out what was happening, like two shipwreck victims grabbing gripping at each other on the sea. Who the fuck writes this in their report?
Yeah. Like, gee, you really became a poet in there.
Like,
For
I'm
someone
sorry
who
for
doesn't believe in art,
referencing-
okay.
I'm sorry for referencing Pride and Prejudice. I should have been referencing the Titanic, like Greta intended.
Oh Christ.
Oh no.
Like, goddamn, what the heck happened to you, girl?
Girl, what happened to you?
Like, girl, what happened? It's like,
The
So-
one
suddenly-
time, like,
yeah.
the one time, she said, "Oh, I don't understand art." What the fuck is this, Greta?
Yeah, this was like even before that happened. This is even before that. Like after seeing all this poetry, you can probably see the contradictions in like Madame Hoffman's character, in which it is the thing you mentioned, which is like
Oh my
I
god.
don't- I don't understand any of it, so this must be art.
And yet,
Fucking
Dog.
7th stage.
Why do you have it framed like it's like a very important like quote from a book?
Yes, it is. It
It's
is
very-
important.
Oh, okay.
God, okay.
Like the thing about her character is that she doesn't understand art. Like, is this a retcon maybe? Like, but
Is it a-
you know, it's actually not. Believe it or not, it's actually not a retcon
Are
at
you
all.
are you going to be saying that like she sees 77 as a work of art?
No.
Okay, thank
Oh
God.
my god, no.
Thank God.
No.
Like, this is more of like, us not know, Madame Hoffman as a person, and we are given that opportunity to understand her in this patch, specifically in the flashback. Like you see here, Adler, have you heard of Mount Godwin Austin? They call it K2. That's right, I like the name K2. Just a letter and a number. It's direct, bare, concise, unembellished. It perfectly captures the image of brutal peak. Like you can see more of her character is that Greta loved mountain climbing. She was adventurous. She craved to understand through experience. And it's explained, and all this is explained by one line.
Yeah.
And that is this one. The view from the peak of K2 is different from yours, from the University of Göttingen, or from any other place in the world. This has been her goal from like the very start of like being traveling to places, because as a human mixed with arcane blood, she understands through experiencing. Like when she describes 77 as a meteor shower, a tempest, an unreasonable catastrophe, she wasn't being poetic. Like 37 to numbers and like enigma to cryptography. This is the only way Greta can describe 77. Her experience was put into her reports in a way only she can understand.
Oh, so she was shocked so
77
hard.
was
Yeah.
yeah, basically. She was like trying to
Oh.
grasp like whatever explanation just to explain her experience with this one crazy woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in terms of writing, Greta 77 was the closest Greta has ever been to connecting to her arcanist side. The first
Mm.
step to hope was made when a human of the modern era meets an arcanist of the old era, because Aperon, they basically close off from the outside world and keep their traditions there. And it's just like that, the age of humans has come to an end, welcoming a new age where humans, arcanists, mix awakens all gathered to create an umbrella that will shield them from the storm. Greater meeting 77 was the very first step of the hope that will come later through like their families and through like a lot of people in different species, because the age of like where humans are the dominant has come to an end. They actually needed all species just to survive this catastrophe. And I thought that was really interesting after like reading back and forth, because a lot of the stages are basically referencing what's going to be happening in the patch. Like in the start, there's also like the Tower of Babel, and also the very first stage of like the journal was called A Lovely Meeting.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah, pretty much.
BB can have that.
Okay,
BB
girly
can
pop. Okay, girly
We
pop.
can have this.
Yeah, you know what? Blue Poke can have that. That's okay. They just wanted
And-
to be like
Mm.
a little extra.
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah,
to
I
image
think-
Joshi a little bit.
How do I say this?
Yeah.
In what was it called? In butterfly effect terms, their meeting was like the first set
The
of
first
dump.
flapping.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, the first flap until the whole storm happens. The whole immunity ritual thing happens too. So
Yeah, just like these two meeting, it just like domino into their daughters taking hand in creating an immune equipment, immune to storm equipment, to having like her brother stepping up and actually helping. Like a lot of things happen just because these two met. So now we're gonna talk about the next character. Let's go.
Oh my god, we're out of the
And that's
trenches. We're out of the trenches.
out of the fucking trenches. Oh my god.
into another one.
Yeah,
Into another one.
we finally got
Not
out of the
into another
7-7
one.
Greta trenches.
Oh, I know someone who would love to hear about it. God.
True. It's okay. You can make it into like Yuri slop for the content.
Of course.
Yeah,
I'm gonna edit this down into
of course.
clickable bite-sized thumbnails and have rake in all of those views. It's worth it.
Hell yeah. So now we're gonna be talking about Mr. Raven, or I like to call him Mr. Walmart, Mr. Crow.
We love
Uh,
Mr. Crow from Rusty Lake.
True.
Ludwig. Ludwig, his name means famous in battle, which is it came from the word loud and battle. I mean, him being loud is probably because he's a raven, and that makes sense. We can like look at his side. He looks like yes,
Mhm.
a guy with a head of a raven. That makes sense. Like he's an NPC. This makes sense. There's not much to talk about his like silhouette. Just that he looks like a bird.
I mean, like he looks like a bird.
with a human body.
Yeah, a bird with a human body.
He looks.
Oh,
Yeah,
like, what's the
he's
race
he's
again?
a professor,
Yeah. What's the
We
race
have
again
no
in
idea.
D&D? Is it like
Oh, the
Oh,
Arrow
yeah.
Cobra?
yeah, Aarakocra. There we go.
Arrow- Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
No,
was
wait.
that?
He's a raven though. He would be the other specific one.
Oh, right,
What do you call
Yeah,
it?
there's a specific one for a crow. A crow or raven.
Yeah, yeah. There's a oh,
He's not
yeah.
a character like that. Oh my god, I forgot. Hold on. We're gonna delay this recording for like 1 minute. Kenku. There we
1
go.
minute. We just.
Kenku.
Oh yeah, Kenku.
There we
Kenku.
I
go.
remember it was in
Kenku.
Japanese. Yeah, because a lot of the designs are like a little Japanese based.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more
I
like-
also remember having an Aarakocra OC.
Yeah, it was
I've
supposed to be
never
like
used
based on Tenku, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
So, like, besides being designed as an intelligent bird that is known for having the ability to learn human language. His name is actually based on Ludwig Lazarus Zamenhof, the creator of Esperanto.
Oh, you know what? I should have seen
God.
that coming. Honestly, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah, we
Zamenhof.
should have
God.
looked for his full name. He has many names in many languages
Yeah,
too.
I just know him as
But
El
this is like
Zamenhof.
German one.
Yeah, and like I call him L, like
Yeah.
Death Note.
Oh,
Oh,
I got Elder.
Ludwig. Wait, the full name is. Wait.
He has name in like in all the language he knows. He has like knowledge in so many languages.
Okay, diva.
Ah,
Oh man, I wish.
I
Ludwig
mean, linguistic guy.
Zamenhof. Yeah.
Yeah, polyglot.
So like, much like Ludwig in the game, he also has like an obsession for the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
point he wrote a play about it in 5 acts, just about the Tower of Babel. Basically.
You know what? You can't fault a man for having fixations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote it when he was like 13 or something.
Oh
He was
my
really
god.
young.
You know what?
Um,
Talent.
He
We love that for him.
extremely intelligent. Actually, if you look at his
We
like
love that
Wikipedia.
for him.
Yeah. He just found
Yeah.
like one obsession ever since like he was a kid. He went through with his entire life, and you know what? I hope he was happy. I hope he was happy with it.
I
Oh my
hope so.
god. That's the
I
dream,
mean,
honestly.
yeah, but nobody used Esperanto though.
Yeah, it's very
at
sad.
least
No one used
Reverse
it.
is using it.
Yeah.
At least
At least the
Reverse
games
is-
use it.
Reverse use
Do
of
you,
it.
Yeah, guys.
do we want to like? Do you want to list off like the amount of name variations that he has?
I do not. There's a reason why I
have
don't
it.
want.
Yeah, just
I have it on hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe for a short we'll have you recite
Um,
all of it for us.
How many languages?
Maybe.
Just tell me all the languages. You know.
And so
Okay, it's just
Yeah,
10.
just like list it out. List it
Yeah,
out.
10.
List out all the languages.
I cannot pronounce, so I will be butchering all of them.
No,
obviously.
not the names. Just like the
Not
language.
the names. Oh, the language. Okay. So you have English, Esperanto, French, German, Hebrew, Lithuanian, Polish, Russian, Belarusian, and Yiddish.
Oh.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's
very
what-
Eurocentric.
Yeah, I was
but
about to say that's
it's
very
whatever.
Eurocentric and white.
yeah, extremely Eurocentric.
But you know what?
So,
I can't
like,
blame him.
it's
Like,
basically-
what's his year? How long ago was he?
From like
19th century?
1895.
Yeah, 19th century. I don't blame him.
18.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, so like he created Esperanto with the same goal as, Ludwig the Raven in the game, to create a language where everyone can use, which to avoid misunderstanding, hate, and prejudice. And I think it's like interesting to see how much of Ludwig is based on Ludwig.
Yeah, this is just his persona.
Yeah, basically. He has a fucking bird sonar. You know what? He does look like Mr. Crow, the human version of Mr.
Yeah,
Crow.
very much so. And like,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
FGO all over again, honestly.
Yeah. If it's anything, the German variation of Zamenhof's name is Ludwig Lazarus.
Yeah. Basically,
So-
that's why it shows it.
Pretty much.
Because
Yep.
he used German for most of the time.
Yep. And he is a German bird.
Let's go to his next design, which is the silhouette of his boss design. I went to download the file and everything, and
Ooh,
you can see like it's really clear.
Damn.
It's a
Very
raven
cool.
with
Clean.
wings.
Clean.
he looks like a logo.
It's clean. Yeah, he does look like a logo.
I don't know a
Which
logo
one?
I
for
mean-
what though. Like,
he's basically like that data simulation created by the Toybox.
Yeah.
Like he's this anyway, so that's why it's very digital.
yeah, like
It has, like, so
cybersecurity.
many,
Cybersecurity.
Yeah, maybe.
and you can see
Also
like
an airline.
the critters here. just like going more distorted as it goes on. And it's like, yeah, with how like the closer Enigma gets to the Tower of Babel, the more surroundings get distorted. Which is like, yeah, that makes sense. And now we're looking at this time.
It's just gray.
You can see that,
All
yeah,
gray.
it's all great, but also his design and especially his wings are supposed to be the spiral of the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
So that's why
Mm.
it's really on the
Kinda
on the
helical.
nose, but yeah.
Steps.
Yeah,
I know it's really on the
checks
nose.
out.
Like I have looked into like the cipher on this, but there's like not much other than a mix of alchemical symbols and some other made-up languages. I'm assuming that's gonna be Esperanto in data simulation. But have you ever like actually let him attack your team? Because mine just died
Yeah,
immediately.
I feel like it just shreds everything. He's very weak.
Yeah, I did not want to look at his animation design on his attacks, other than like feathers and stuff.
Yeah.
At least the data boss simulation died in the toy box. The real Ludwig is elsewhere.
Doing okay. He's doing fine.
Missing in action.
He's just missing in action, but he's like currently fine. He was just missing for like a whole fucking year.
Yeah,
sure.
I hope he comes back as playable, but I want him as a bird. I don't want
I want him as a
like,
bird,
a
yeah. Like, give us
person.
another Pickles, but we know that we're never gonna get another Pickles. That being said, though, it's very funny that Pickles remains to be the only the only animal that can't talk, even though we have like multiple animals that can talk right now. You know, Buddy Fairchild.
We have Buddy.
Yeah, we have Buddy Fairchild. We have Jailer. We have the Perezes. Although I can forgive the Perezes since they have like a low reason why they can talk. And then we have Ludwig.
Yeah, they have back pain.
Yeah, we have so many animals that can talk now.
Yes, please. I would like a normal bird, Ludwig.
Yeah.
So we can have the Perezes, and so we can have the entire team of just talking animals.
Yeah, please.
Bertin will be commanding an entire team of animals like a Disney princess.
Yeah. It's
True.
a weird ass
Real
episode.
and true.
That one show where like
Yeah.
pets stuff. It's like Grey's Anatomy but with pets.
Oh my
never
god.
mind. Ignore me.
Oh. So yeah. That's like the entire presentation. I did not add any mini games because I feel like that's a lot of the explanation already.
No
This
worries.
is a short episode.
This is a short episode. You have an hour right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's alright.
Sometimes we have short episodes, I guess.
Yeah, no worries.
Sometimes.
No worries. Oh wait, I forgot to
Yeah,
mention.
I
I forgot to mention. I'm bringing back the recording. This entire time while you were presenting, I've actually been building a house of cards, and I am
Bruh.
actually very much successful. Let me just send an image over to you guys. I'm also going to be displaying it
Hell
in the
yeah.
screen right now. Sorry, I interrupted the cutting of the episode. I'm just very proud of this because it took me so many attempts and
Bro.
if you heard something, to our dear listeners, if you heard something in the background falling, alongside the very loud motorcycles outside it, that's because I fucked up and I failed on the building of the card tower. That's basically all. Anyway, just
Oh, rip.
At least once.
not at least once, at least 10 times. Rejoice
Damn.
in my card tower that is being sent as an image right now and being displayed on the screen. I'm very proud of it. But yeah.
Way too proud of it.
Hell
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
That entire. Oh, okay. Oh wow, that's like back in the flashback. Holy shit.
That's peak.
Yeah, anyways.
This is also gonna be hopefully a very short discussion, I guess. But obviously 3.6 also has a lot of lore to get into. So I worry that this is going to be the longest runtime for my own sake, or less.
Yeah.
I hope it's. I'm hoping it's not as insane as what happened back in 3.3, where I had a whole
Yeah. The entire
investigation board about the
yeah, the conspiracy board and
Uh,
all.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about conspiracies soon, /J. But I have to I have to preface that this needs pre-storm protocol, and I know people have been asking me to recap pre-storm protocol ever since like what last patch. I have no idea, but so yeah, we're gonna start off with that. Um, in essence, the pre-storm protocol is the whole plot is that Laplace is trying to figure out a contingency guide because because they're very irresponsible with what they do, because one, they risk their own safety to get research materials against the storm, and two, they suffer the most casualties because of the same thing. So after after the ninth storm, after 1914, um they had to do something about it. Yeah. So I'm gonna just take the summary from someone else. Plagiarism, I guess. But
Oh my god, plagiarism in
someone
Voidcast.
plagiarism in the Voidcast, that's so unheard of. But I had to look around just for like a very quick summary, because I know there's a summary in the game, but I don't have all of it. I did not pay attention, so this is so ass. From This is from u/west ad 5017. So essentially, we're gonna start with the background. The background of the entire pre-storm protocol is that Madame Z asked Musei III to provide Laplace with a simulation device called the Toybox to initiate an experiment on balancing between scientific process and personal safety before the storm hit. Ulrich and Enigma and the others were tasked to write a storm contingency guide based on these simulations. And we're gonna start off with 2.8, and um, while we have like all the while we're all familiar with like the endings, at least there's the secret ending, where Ulrich did some simulations but constantly got sidetracked by various NPCs' requests because of his own humanitarian concern. He also wanted to know how the storm was simulated in the toy box. After doing a series of quests involving an enigmatic girl, Ulrich reached the deepest part of the toy box but found nothing there. All the sidetracking annoyed Enigma, and he threw a machine to um, mess with Ulrich, and etc. etc. Then later, Musei III revealed that the core of the toy box was missing, which was supposed to be where Ulrich visited. Now we move on to, I think, 3.1, where a month after Ulrich submitted his report to the higher ups, Laplace experienced a very huge linguistic breakdown, which caused everyone to speak in different codes and different languages and codes. I think.
Yeah, God struck down the Tower of Babel, basically.
Yeah.
And everyone barely could understand each other without a translation. So because of that, Enigma decided to take his own hands and enter the toy box by himself to fix the issue, because he thought that Ulrich was gonna waste more time. Later, the Institutum Lorenz sent a letter to provide advice, suggesting that they should build 3 language towers to cure the problem. And on the way, Enigma found that a raven took the core but could not catch it. So he was able to, but despite that, he was able to build all the towers after doing a few side quests, and had a brief encounter with a simulated piece of his sister, Greta, in the secret ending. I think through this iteration of Pre-Storm Protocol is the first time that Enigma was able to meet Greta in the toy box. So
yeah,
there's that.
It should
And-
be.
Yeah, I
should be.
couldn't get that secret ending. I remember I tried.
Yeah, me too.
But-
I ended up not
yeah.
getting it.
Yeah.
then we're finally at like 3.4, which also like builds to like the plot of the current patch, Last and First Principles. So in 3.4, Ulrich discovered that the pieces in the toy box became highly efficient and rational. As this did not align with his humanitarian perspective, he did not submit the finished report to the higher-ups. Oh, look at that. It's literally what happened in the first quarter or half of Last and First Principles.
Yeah, basically. It kind of recaps it.
Basically.
Yeah,
just a recap of just basically a recap of those events. But then, I think with that, I guess we know what happened. So Ulrich and Enigma went inside the toy box themselves. They defeated the tyrannical rule of the Raven Piece, and they submitted their own reports. But then that was not enough. So the events of Last and First Principles happened. So now, with that, I guess we now have like a basic understanding of what happened in Pre-Storm Protocol and how it turned out. So now we have to kind of know what's going on with the toy box. Where is that?
Oh
The
dear.
toy box itself and its core. No, it's not bad. It's not inherently bad.
I trust you.
Not yet. Not
I
yet.
trust you.
Not yet.
Uh-huh.
Not yet. Okay. Okay. The toy box. It's right here. But I must say, the toy box itself is a simulation device that's primarily used to experiment on how to create a contingency guide against the storm. So it basically simulates like multiple environments based on recorded data, recreate specific things, and serve the purpose of the whole experimentations. Um, the toy box itself can simulate mini storms in the environments and provide simulated materials to try and find a means to gain research for the storm, while ensuring the safety of the personnel as long as the plan works. As long as the plan works. Then its core right here. It's fueled by observations, where anyone that observes within or outside the toy box can significantly influence the toy box's environment. It faithfully records and recreates a person's thoughts, then manifests their true desires through the simulations in there. So, one observation, any recurring thought, can impact the toy box's environment entirely. The more that there are observations given, the harder it is for the environment to converge into a singular point, which is why Enigma asked everyone to look away so that he knows what the exact environment he's in or something. Um but throughout Last and First Principles, it's been observed that trying to take full possession of the core and let it absorb only one person's thoughts can completely overwhelm the brain. It not only causes severe psychological damage to the person holding the core, but also affects everyone in its vicinity regardless of whether they're in the toy box or not. Hence, such an incident such as the linguistic breakdown in Laplace happens, requiring others to enter the inner workings of the toy box and reset the core to stabilize it. I think there was also the other incident where the longer Enigma stayed in the toy box and closer to the core, something was about to happen where everyone started seeing symbols around their heads, but we did not have a visualization of that. So, yeah, basically, don't fuck with the core.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the. But
What is like? I still have questions on like what is it made of? Like what is Musei doing?
What the fuck
Yeah.
is Musei in the first place?
Good
What the fuck
question.
does
Why
he
do you
have
have the
access
power to
to?
do this? Actually,
Why is he selling
Yeah,
overpriced merch?
but like, in the end, we still don't know what the fuck he has access to. So we're gonna have to stay in the dark for now. And I guess it's gonna build up to something else. But anyway,
like Madame
when
Steve, I
passing,
contact with this uh gentleman.
Plush.
Yeah.
Plus gentleman with a robot head too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madam Z, what? How did you manage to get access? How did you manage to get the contact to this guy?
Yeah.
Um,
Questions.
constant stream of questions. Let's hope it's not bad. But but even then, the toy box core at least serves a purpose, and it can at least give you something, I guess. So when you after passing through like the trials, the core can provide information or clarity to anyone who can endure it. So and those who can't endure that, suffer major consequences. Possibly even being even locked within the toy box for some time. So for example, what happened to Ludwig, because he got locked into the toy box for some time, it kind of broke his brain. And after he managed to escape, he currently suffers from depersonalization and derealization disorder and has episodes where he loses his consciousness or loses his ability to speak and understand language, which, it interferes with his own arcane skill. And with all of that, um, this is not the end of what I have here.
Hmm.
Um, the toy box itself, the core is incredibly complex, by its nature. However, what um what caught me with the functions of this toy box is the fact that Enigma equated the toy box's functions to how certain items work, or how Apeiron works.
Yeah.
So looking at how Enigma managed to gain an epiphany or profound knowledge from the core, doesn't that remind you of something? Or
Depths
better
of
yet,
myth.
or better yet,
Ah.
yeah, yeah, but
Depths
not the
of
dust of myth.
myth.
Not the dust of myth yet.
Ah,
Not yet.
not yet.
It's not gonna be talked about. It's not gonna be talked about here. But who knows?
From the
Better
subconsciousness.
yet,
Oh.
yeah. Better yet, what do these items remind you of? You know, all these
Um.
really insane items. I cannot find an image of the Hoffman knot.
Of
Man is
course.
vindictive. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Just man has been declared?
I mean, like
Or
it's given by
Asian too. You wanna?
it's given by a well, majority of these are given by a higher being. Some of them are given by plush toys, and some of them are mined from extremely rare places.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
It's an arcane relic. All of them.
They're all forms of arcane relics. Or
Yeah.
they're coming from old arcane places, or ancient,
Like
I
the Brang
guess.
era. Wanna talk about the
Maybe.
Brang era?
Not yet.
Oh.
So just in short, in recent and even earlier chapters, we've slowly been being introduced to various arcane items with ancient or unknown origins. What is especially interesting is that all of these arcane items can grant something based on what purpose it serves, while having the prerequisite of understanding and a cost. So, I'm gonna primarily talk about these three because all three of these are very important in how certain things happened within their respective events or chapters. Like, the stone in chapter 5, where in Appearance Cave, it's directly tied to the Boundless One, where if you pass its trials, it grants anyone any sort of profound answer so long as you pass it. Most people that do pass its trials like these often get their answer while suffering at a physical cost or a mental cost, such as 37 being struck with a headache as the knowledge comes to her, which is also like what happened to Enigma here. And in chapter 10 or chapter 10 and 12, the boon that Sophia gave to Igor, then later gave to Verton, granted any sort of wish. But because of its ancient nature, this wish often reduced itself, or in other words, um, it basically nerfs itself, you know.
Decays,
Hence it was,
whatever.
yeah. Hence it was referred to as some sort of Pandora's box, I think, or someone else referred it to that. Igor wished for a way to cross the storm without the help of an immunity zone, or having to go to one for now. And it worked for his entire army, right? But then he realized after crossing that storm that after its initial purpose worked, the boon reduced its wish down to only working on one person. So he has no use for it
Yeah,
anymore.
womp
All
womp.
he had to do was just give it.
Yeah,
Rip.
he gambled with the god, and the god didn't like him, and yeah, that makes sense.
Or, he doesn't fully understand how it works. Only knows what it does and
Oh,
what he
what being
can
a
do.
fucking mixed blood does to you.
Yeah. And then, there's all these other items here that I put in the corner because I don't know whether or not they do have the same properties. Like, the Tear of Kamala, the Spinning Wheel, the Amundsen Stone, the Mithril, and all the others. I'm gonna have to say though, I wanted to add the Tear of Kamala as one of these examples, but I actually could not find whether or not it had a cost when using it. But
Hmm.
I even had to ask someone who read chapter 9 recently whether or not it had a cost, but they said, oh no, they did not explain it. I still doubt it, but for now I'll just keep it on the side. So, what do all these arcane relics have? They all grant a certain kind of power or knowledge at a cost. While, not all of them necessarily have a cost as grave as psychological damage, sorry, Ludwig, they still require a full understanding of their own goal or purpose and limits to really grasp its power. And since they're arcane items, of course, they need arcanist blood for it to work. So, so you have all this. You have um, you have everything that's happened in like the past almost 3 years, where all these arcane items are just given to the characters. They try to figure out what it does and still don't have a direct answer. They only get an answer for whatever they want. So, but now we're with the core of the toy box. It, it also holds a power equally mysterious as the stone and the boon. It grants anything you wish so long as you know what you want. 37 got her answer from Apiron because she knew what she wanted and how to ask for it. She knew the limits of her own knowledge in mathematics, and got the answer while still kind of, not challenge, more so demand the answer from the boundless one.
Yeah, that's
Um,
she's the opposite of her mom, where her mom does not know the limits of herself. She
yeah,
she did not think that maybe the knowledge she's asking for is beyond her number.
is
Yeah.
beyond what she knows,
And
and
Yes,
she
like
kind of went
77
insane
never
for it.
got taken the peg down. Meanwhile,
yeah.
37 literally got a nuke to the face. So that's the difference between the two of them.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I would also say that Virgin also got an answer, but she didn't really know what it was yet because the answer kind of got cut short when Manus was already there, right? This
Yeah.
is I literally had to pop this out of the background. Um, like the
Magical
stone, it's a
stone.
back. Yeah, the Piron stone, it's a background, and I had to crop out the fucking CG
I
for it.
mean, like, you can just, like, magic wand it, right?
I I used MS Paint, so just to
Oh,
make this.
my condolences.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it wasn't hard. It's just really um in- tedious. It took too much
Yeah.
time. But anyway, but then after the stone, you have the boon. Igor could no longer use the boon because he didn't fully understand the cost and its function, and he gave it to Verton. So who knows? Who knows what Verton's gonna use it for? So long as she
Okay,
knows
look.
what she's doing.
Virgin is the only one who can read Laguna circle with without getting,
without dying.
evaporated.
Yeah.
Her blood is
Yeah.
so fucking pure. She can probably use that.
It's
Way too
very
fucking
pure.
pure.
I mean, like, she can't do like the
Probably.
usual
She's probably
arcane
a
shit,
god.
but like, she can do a lot more,
it's-
you know?
She can't do
Oh,
the
I wish
usual
I had a
arcane
god on
shit
my side.
because yeah, she's a bit too powerful. She just
Yeah.
doesn't know it yet.
Yeah,
She doesn't have
it's
the
like she
means to
got
access it
spec specifically in this one stat that no one knows about. Meanwhile, all of her other stats are 0. Except
I
charisma.
feel like
Hey.
in like
Except
D&D
charisma.
terms, I think but it's like a sorceress, but she doesn't know it yet. She doesn't know she has
Yeah.
the privilege of
She hasn't-
genetics.
Yeah, she hasn't awakened her
Yeah.
abilities yet. She just started realizing that she might be able to do something beyond or the modern confines of Arcanum. Yet,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I was about to
She
say
doesn't know
let's differentiate about like wizard sorcerers and like warlocks, but I then realized I think we already did that in the past.
I
Yes,
think
we did.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I don't remember which episode it was.
But we definitely did.
Yeah,
I can't even remember which one. It might be like the Musée arcade one. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Then moving on, we're gonna move on now. Then we have the Toybox core, where Ludwig failed to fully grasp his wish to build a universal language because he was overwhelmed by what the core gave him. While Enigma was able to get the answer because he eventually realized that the wall was never there in the first place, and that his answer came in a puzzle to unlock the core. So like before I go on my little tangent, what do you guys think with like the other items? How do you think they granted whatever the other person wanted?
I mean,
Or the
Tear of
person that
Kamala is
deserves it.
very
Which one?
simple. It's like it
Yeah.
literally made the whole
Yeah.
building out of scratch when you just, manifest it.
Yeah.
And like the spinning wheel, you literally pull gotcha characters out of it. So, sometimes you
Yeah,
get
you
a 6
basically
star,
do-
sometimes you get a 5 star, sometimes you want to kill yourself because you didn't
You
win
you
the
put
50-50.
like a bunch of fates, trade the fates of other people and put them into the suitcase. Makes sense.
Yeah.
The Hoffmanot, that's a work of so many people.
Yeah.
That's the work of all species, except the
Yeah.
Beyond.
And
Unless
then-
you want to say
Except
what
the
it
Beyond.
is Beyond.
Yeah. The Beyond did nothing on that one. They
Yeah.
they don't get. They're just on the footnote. I'm just kidding. Nautica, I think is very
Yeah,
obvious
unless
as well. She literally
say
channeled
Bertie is
her
the
wish.
Beyond because that's like the only left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's like like with Nautica, she had to put her whole wish into that stone just to make it
Yeah.
work because that stone is also from
And she's a human,
Black
like
Arrow.
100% human, not even a mix. Like,
and yet
Yeah.
because of what happened to her, she was able to do it anyway because she was digested down to her essence and
yeah, it's probably
um,
because she ate the thing.
algae. She
Yeah.
ate the black algae enough.
Yeah.
You got enough goop
Yeah,
in her.
then
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then the Mithril, I guess. It gave the
there's, like,
mice it gave the
we-
mice knowledge.
Okay, there's like not much we can say about the Metro because they are keeping it for another episode.
Yeah, it's going to like
Probably.
likely happen to like another place. Like maybe not with like a big with like a massive connection. Maybe it's gonna be like the Roar Lion's tale in the way that it gets mentioned every so often. It's very important part, but in another patch, it's just one piece of the whole puzzle and all.
Yeah, like we don't know what
These
it's
are-
gonna be used for. Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, I'd say that all of these are just pieces of like a bigger puzzle, I guess.
Mm.
But like there's like another thing that I wanted to talk about. It's just that it's really hard to.
For the poem.
The poem and whatever Greta said.
Which one?
This
I
is
can't
just
see, it's really
to-
tiny.
This
Zoom
one.
in.
The
Zoom
gay
in.
one or the normal one?
The normal one, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What really was not the threat to my life, but the possibility of dying ignorant.
Oh,
So, and then there's, the poem. There was once a divide between the two. It was life, it was death, it was a bout of rain. Those who came after questioned the true nature of the divide. It was bloodline, it was reason, it was a flash of insight. A brave soul leaps across and turns to look back at the divide. He sees a door never meant to be opened and an imaginary wall. So like, the thing is, I don't really know how to like explain my process, I guess, with what I want to say here. But I do sound insane. So what am I really saying in the first place?
Just go off with it.
With something like this. Yeah, something with the arcane items, right? I theorize that, all of these ancient or unknown arcane items, they all point toward that same ultimate understanding. Even if Numa and Arcanum lack universality, they still point toward an answer coming in different forms, like what Yuvi said earlier with, what was it? What was it? The Tower of
the
Babel.
Hoffmann.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hoffmann.
Yeah, the answer to
Yeah.
escaping the darkness of the phenomenal world and be
Yeah.
free from the emanation forever is just hope.
Mhm.
Mhm.
To not be swept
It's
away
hope.
by the passage of time, and to have like an anchor in history is just hope, creativity, and inspiration. The star, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The star. So, in the end, because of the fact that these arcane items are incredibly powerful, they also tie back to what may come next in the future, such as more truths about the storm and the blank era. So, as I said, all these items, all the means that everyone has tried to gain an answer to how to understand the storm, all the answers are just given in pieces, and these arcane items are going to kind of help build towards that one understanding and that one, and at least one or multiple ways of how to understand the storm and how to get out of it, and how to piece together a history that has never been recorded in the first place. So,
Yeah.
for now, leave it there. And I do hope to get to the next part or whatever.
Like the blank era.
No,
Right, guess.
just whatever comes next, Like
Okay.
we still need we still need answers from some of this shit, like the boon, the mithril, etc., etc.
What happened
We
to
still
the
need
second
answers.
wheel? We still don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck we're doing with the second wheel.
We don't even know what it looks
They
like
kinda took it
anymore.
away, though.
Yeah.
They did take it away though. That's what I
Yeah.
remember.
Mm.
And that the wheel, all that Verton had was like, just the fucking wheel with the corruption shit that happened to it. So
Yeah.
they just took it away like that. So for now,
Why are there multiple wheels in the first place, even?
exactly.
I mean, like, you need more than one wheel to make a
So-
vehicle run. I don't know what the analogy I'm going for here is, but like, I thought it was funny.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
it's an item of the gods, and for some reason the god thought it was a good idea. It's like maybe I should have a spare just in case.
You know,
Just in
you
case,
never know when you're gonna lose one. Everyone needs a spare tire in the back of their
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
I could, yeah, I could talk more about this. However, I'm gonna end up talking about something that I can't talk about yet. Spoilers. So for now, I, I do look forward to seeing more pieces being added into the puzzle and being put together, and let's just hope
Oh my
that
god, they're gonna be
the
like,
picture.
imagine every patch is a new relic. Every fucking patch is just a new relic of the gods. Keep adding up. Can we count Qianling as a relic of the gods?
I'd rather not.
Let's hope not. Let's really hope not, because Chang'an is like a very specific case, like with the Chinese myths and shit.
Yeah.
now. So yeah, I think I'll end it here, and let's go to the next part.
And hello there again, everyone. Once again, welcome back to the widescreen. And god damn it, it's been like what, 6 times its charm or something like that. Um, widescreen means you've been here long enough. It's time to call off this episode and, well, the entire patch in general. It feels a little bit wrong, in all honesty. It feels a little bit wrong going for like 2 readers' responses in a row, but whatever. Once again, this is Reader's Response for Last and First Principles, and this is going to be a very special presentation of Reader's Response. Like, why is it special? Well, I actually don't know, to be honest. I don't know why I said that. I guess this is the only presentation you're going to get for this patch. I don't really have enough time to make another for history, so we're going to be skipping all that. And even then, there's not really that much history in the event itself to work around with. I think that's rather obvious. So there's that. Unless you like want me to talk about the literature of I don't know, the Tower of Babel or something like that, or the history of telecommunications, which I vaguely know, or something like that. Anyway, that being said, it's just get true to it.
I feel like the history part is like I feel like yeah. I feel like the history part is something like I already covered and it's just like oh wow, look at that, I
Yeah.
have to read all this.
Yeah,
I didn't expect to read all of the history stuff for Enigma, but you know what?
Mhm.
Yeah, totally fine.
Yeah.
it's over on your end for this. And you know what? I couldn't be happier. I'm glad to be passing the ball every once in a while. I
Bro.
guess.
My
Uh-huh.
I have to suffer.
Yeah, I mean,
Reading.
you guys both had to. I had like a little bit of a break this patch, a little bit. You know, there's some stress in the background, and
No, you did not get any break because you still have to do the rendering.
yes, that's very much true. I
no.
have to do all of the behind it. Actually, like speaking of behind the scenes stuff, actually, I just realized. I know now why this presentation is very special. Okay, so completely off topic, but like just for the context of this episode, even them already know about this because I've been ranting over and over about it to them. But basically, a little behind the scenes, as you may know, all of my presentations have been done using PowerPoint. Like, I love the application, amazing in all honesty. If Microsoft isn't a mega multi-million, like multi-trillion corporation, I'd suck its dick. But like, PowerPoint has been my lifeblood for ages. But like,
Uh-huh.
as you may have heard, I recently graduated, which is like, woo, great. But like, with graduation comes the loss of your school email address, which is bad. I don't have MS Office now, and I don't have Microsoft 365, and like, I refuse to pay Microsoft any of my hard-earned money. Okay. So I guess whatever makes this presentation special, it's that I've been suffering with PowerPoint Online, and it is not a good web app. It is dog shit. Like, I've been suffering so much because like for one example,
Rip.
I source my images from
I'm surprised you didn't use like Google Slides.
Google Slides is not my thing. I don't like the animations on it, and I don't like the UI. It's kind of the thing. But like, as an example, how do I say this?
Damn.
I get my images from the Reverse 1999 wiki, and Model Kai loved them to death. Absolutely amazing person. I would not be here without them. They source their images using BMP, I believe, which is bitmap. Oh, wait a second. It's one of like the file formats. And the thing is, PowerPoint Online does not support that specific file format. So I had to go ahead and take the images, download them, convert them to another image type, and then paste it over, not paste it, but like transfer them over back to PowerPoint Online, which is ass. And yeah, that's what I've been doing the entire time. it's not been fun. It's not been fun, especially if you like completely reset your presentation and all that.
I try to like animate in DaVinci Resolve, and Fusion is just not helping me with vertical resolutions.
Yeah, like Fusion is not that great in terms of editing, to be honest. It's not great. Like it's good for basic
Yeah, I
animation for
know.
editing, but still,
Mm.
we're getting really off topic. It's been like 5 minutes. Oh, one other thing that I will say, I rewatched the intro, and how dare you guys lie to me? It is not first and last principles; it's last and first principles.
Haha. Haha.
Yeah,
Okay, to be fair, of the times I read it from the Xian Chinese original name, and the Chinese name is basically the question Enigma asks Marcus, like, where do the people go? That's the title. In
oh, so where the
CN.
people go? That sounds like a song title.
Yeah, where where the people go when they die, basically. And
Do
last
you
and
know
first
where the
principle
people
is
go?
just the
No, it
reference
doesn't work.
to the first principle. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys
I
more or
hope
less.
everyone go and read the first principle on Wikipedia, and you will see a pair on there.
Yeah,
By the
very.
way.
We love connections.
You will see a Peron and you will see a Platus there.
Yeah, very fun. In all honesty, I'm just now remembering like how it actually is ordered, like last and first, because of the acronym is LAFP, and somebody called it LARP.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, look, the word LARP has evolved into something else entirely in this present time.
Yeah,
It's just like
truly.
It's so
it just
ass.
went from like role playing, live action role playing to like something else entirely.
Yeah,
It
it's a
turned into
different
being
time.
associated with a poster. What the
Yeah,
hell?
very much so.
Has
Tourist.
become
It's,
like
it's the new word for tourist.
tourist, basically.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
again,
Insect
we're
slug.
kind of deviating from the point. For now, let's keep our bound within the realm of 3.6, because oh my god, I feel like there's quite a bit to talk about 3.6 in terms of like the themes and such, themes and the development
Yeah, a
and
lot
the
of
overall
themes.
way in which it's actually presented to the viewer, and this is the point of reader's response. So surprisingly enough, I don't think I really asked this earlier in like the intro. I think I did actually, like the intro section of this entire episode. But what did we think about 3.6? Who wants to go first?
It was like I thought it was pretty peak cinema, but also it was short as it's meant to be because it's just about one character.
Yeah. Like, I think it didn't overstay its welcome. Like, I think that's the best thing that I could say to it. Because it's so easy to, like, either squish so much information into one event that you lose the focus, or do the opposite, have too little information and you just stretch it out so much. So that's one thing that I have to, like,
Yeah.
commend this entire event for. It's self-contained, kind of not self-contained because you kind of need a little bit of pre-storm protocol, but it's the narrative that it wants to tell. It's contained within the 2 to 3 hour time span, and it's good, and it explores what it needs to explore, and it knows what it needs to do. And aside from that, Deimos, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I think it was great, and it did not really do too much or do too little with the little time and stages that the story has. And it's just a really good story with despite having very clearly pre-established characters, it still delivers a conclusion or like a good ending to one arc and
Yeah.
enter the next.
Like, it's
I think
that's
proper
what I said
development.
I feel like the intro, like the actual like introduction event for last and first principle would be the star, because technically this is like a kind of like a
Yeah.
expanded from the star bit. It's actually kind of mirroring with the stages too. Like, did you know the star has like a stage called Tower of Babel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
very much.
Yep.
it was like interesting, but also it needs us to go back and kind of look at the previous chapters and
It's a-
combine knowledge,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
be parallels.
Yeah, but like it's satisfying enough to look at the very least.
Yeah.
That much I will say. And like
Oh,
yeah,
and also like a lot of reference to like cryptography. I studied cryptography for a while in the past. So having seen Marcus, like the simulation Marcus talking to Enigma in the English pangram
the
was
pangram,
interesting.
the quick brown
Yeah.
fox.
Mm.
I remember typing that over and over again back in like a computer class because we had to learn how to like properly place our fingers over the keyboard.
Yeah,
Very
I
fun.
remember that too. I used to do that too, but
True.
Yeah,
I had to do it in both English and Thai. So that's why they have like a Thai program where it's basically like a game where you
Yeah.
get like points for it. It was very fun.
yeah. It's the same for us, but like I can't remember the specific pangram for Filipino. But God, like I'm imagining that some like kids right now don't even know what that is, and that is such a shame.
No.
That is such a shame. I feel
Apparently
like
they no longer have to like study like typewriting.
yeah,
Or like keyboarding, I guess.
yeah, and
That's
like
what they
no
call.
wonder WPM average is like sinking. Such a shame.
Yeah, I don't think the present generation actually writes that much.
Yeah, it's
Like last
unfortunate.
time I checked, like some of my friends who are like teachers, they would complain to me about how kids these days no longer write essays, and also they don't know how to write essays, which is
Yeah.
oh lord, they don't even do homework in a way that they submit their homework, but you can tell that they didn't write that.
Yeah,
was
it's a
generated.
shame, but it's
Nobody
a
thinks.
conversation for another day.
Yeah.
That said, though, the other code stuff is very interesting because I also, as a kid, of course, I feel like a lot of us did like our own code so that it can't be read by other people, and like seeing like Caesar cipher and like Visionaire and all that things that I used to familiarize myself as a kid. I still know how to Visionaire a little bit. I don't know how hard like how to crack it by like the frequency like stuff. I vaguely remember doing it, but it's very hard and I'm not going to try. But yeah, cryptography is
I
very fun.
remember doing Morse code and stuff because it was cool.
Yeah, Morse code was fun.
Real.
I mean, Morse code is really cool.
But yeah, aside from that, like
the
as I
Let's
said,
focus.
yeah, as I said, like that's
Like, yeah.
our stuff for the entire event, and I feel like we're more or less in a consensus here about what we feel about it. Like it's good, it's nice, it's short, but it didn't overstay its welcome, and it did enough that it made us care about this part, and we got this part and all that. Now, we can spend the next 20 or like 30 minutes to an hour, who knows, dissecting each and every individual writing choice that was made for the story. Like, from the door to the Tower of Babel, which, I think it's probably one of the most, I would argue, well done and well presented, honestly, metaphors throughout the entirety of the 3.x series. Like that one node where he's just simply slamming at a door again and again just made me realize, oh wow. And then at the very end, like that
Yeah.
familiar green just pulling it all back together and actually opening it. It's just amazing node.
Yeah, and it's
Mm.
just like because the first stage is called Uncanny Green, it was like damn peak cinema, holy shit.
Yeah, it's so good.
Mm.
And like
It's I think like it's called Uncanny Green because
yeah, uncanny.
it feels like something that he wanted to revisit, wanted to go back to, which is like the green, the grassy field,
Yeah,
the
just a little bit
the
of hope.
grass where he mowed the lawn,
Yeah.
basically.
And it feels
Yep.
uncanny now at this
And
point
it's
now
just
that like he hasn't
yeah.
opened the door for so long. He has kept himself
Yeah.
shut and all
Mm.
that. It's a great metaphor. I love that fucking door, And like the imagery of how it's presented is great. And of course, props to the voice actor. You could feel the genuine like difficulty with like how Adler tries to open it, and once it does open, it captures the entire scene perfectly and all that. And aside from that, of course, there's also the case of how
Like interesting.
yeah.
I thought it's interesting that it was like Adler trying to like tackle the door itself until he realized that it was never the door that is in his way. He just has to like see that there was no walls.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really truly just that. And like,
Yeah.
yeah. Aside from that, I also really appreciated like Greta's I wouldn't say development, but more so just reiteration of her point in the narrative altogether. Like, she's literally haunting the narrative. That's very funny.
Yeah. She has
Real.
always been haunting the narrative since the Hoffman knot was created.
Yeah. Like she has her name
She's been haunting
permanently
it.
imprinted into like the halls of the foundation. And like yeah, I just greatly appreciated how, how well placed she is the entire time, while still at the same time being the same character she always has been. And like that's the point of her character. Like she's always going to do this, she's always going to do that. And like we've spent like what, like 2 years, a little bit more with the Hoffman siblings now, like, maybe less with Greta's, but like she's been in our minds for a while, and somehow like this event finds a way to, appreciate just a little bit more for both of their characters, even if, Greta's dead and all. And
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a way
Okay.
to
yeah,
Hmm?
go for it.
yeah, it's a way to solidify their impact and their legacy in the story itself, even if they are not the major focus, like, back in 1.x, specifically chapter
Yeah,
7.
very
Right?
much so.
Yeah.
Like they've had their time in the spotlight, but still, even if they're going to be slightly backstage, they're still a very important part of the overall narrative.
Mhm.
Yeah, and aside from that, honestly, before I cut myself off in another spiel about like the Hopmans and how great they are in this patch and how they like activated my by awakening, not really. I could go on and on about like the metaphors, the developments, the presentation, and all that. And just go through everything that I really, really liked about this patch. The thing is, I already kind of did, like, kinda. Because before this presentation, I had like another 10 slide presentation and an entire 4K word script, I think. I think it was 4K before I trimmed it down. 4K script
Mhm.
delving into exactly everything that we are currently talking about. Like the things that I just said, like what this means for Adler, like how this entire thing is kind of a goodbye to Greta, like the presentation of the Tower of Babel. And it was nice. I really liked it, honestly. Like, it was well done, I think. It's. I wouldn't say it's short, it's actually quite long. But when is my presentation ever fucking short? Like, it worked.
Mm.
It's very much valid as a reader's response, but at the end, when I went through it, I think I was really unhappy about how it went. Because the thing is, I feel like, for the most part, my overall response to this event, or like my overall analysis that I made for this event, was kind of extremely surface level. Like, this is what this means, this is what this metaphor is supposed to represent, this is what this event is trying to tell you, like, it's very basic. And I guess I kind of mentioned it in the past how much I, like, I don't disdain it, but I kind of dislike recaps and things like that. And to be fair, when I looked at it, the past presentation, it kind of felt like one. Because, Enigma struggling to find motivation and losing hope in getting through the future, getting stuck in that door, Greta always trying to get that answer no matter what, living in fear of not dying but dying ignorant. All of those information, I feel like, should have been absorbed by the audience when you read it in the first place. Like, I don't think anyone, especially the people who are watching this, because, if you're interested enough to watch a podcast about the game, I feel like you don't need me, you don't need a person to tell me what this all actually means and explain it to you. And I feel like that's something that should have been gleaned when experiencing the story. And for that, well, if I'm not going to be talking about that because I'm a stubborn old fuck, not that old, honestly. What the fuck am I
No,
talking?
you're not at all at all.
Yeah, not really. What the fuck am I going to talk about? If I'm going to
Yeah.
try to avoid all the service level stuff, what am I going to talk about? Well, one other thing that I kind of realized with the reader's response is that I kind of thrive when it comes to like a drama within the fandom. which is really going to be funny once
my
this very
God.
specific event happens.
Okay, which
but
one are we talking about?
I'm getting ahead of
Oh
myself.
my God.
I'm getting ahead of myself. The thing is,
Okay.
I feel like ever since 3.2, I've
Okay.
had to mention at least one element of something that is widely conversed about in the fandom, and then like put my 2 cents in there, as if anyone gives a shit. Like, whether it'll be Beryl, Igor, Lawrence, or whoever it is. I mean, like, you kind of get why I always go for the morally gray people now, right? It brings in the views.
Uh-huh.
I'm kidding.
Damn.
But anyway, the thing is, there's not that much to be talking about in terms of like the fandom in this patch. Fandom was tame, everyone was unanimous. It was good. There's not that much conversation, and like honestly, the biggest thing that happened this update was Ludwig and Enigma, and I'm not going to show that image, okay? I'm not going to show that image. I'm not a bad person.
Nuh-uh. Wait,
So-
we're not gonna curse everyone with that
Yeah,
again.
Yeah.
very
So-
much so. So if I don't have anything to talk about the present really, I think that I'd rather talk about something else. Zukunft, future. Because in
The
my opinion,
future.
there is a
Mm.
lot of choices done, not only narratively but also commercially, and in terms of the flow of the overall game that has been done recently, which will affect how future stories are going to pan out and are going to be planned out, in my opinion. Like, I know I said mumbo jumbo or whatever, but like, the commercial whatever. I don't even get what that means honestly. But like, what I really mean is the most obvious choice of them all that differentiates this patch from the rest. There's only 21 days and there's only one character on the banner. There's no longer any character stories, and the length of the event is shorter than usual. That's a huge ass fucking difference, honestly. And if this is going to be something regular enough, like this is going to be a regular occurrence, then I think that it's going to be something that we kinda, not really kinda, but like I think it's something worth talking about at the very least. But before all that,
Honestly,
yeah,
I don't mind having like a patch that dedicated to like only one character, because I feel like that will be giving the devs and the writers themselves to like really tell us a good story about
Yeah.
just like one character. Like that's good.
yeah,
I do like that.
I like some
Mhm.
aspects of it as well, but the thing is, I feel like there's pros and there's cons for it, and like there's a lot of things to
Yeah.
discuss about it. And the thing is, 21-day patches and different version durations are not exactly like unheard of in the gacha space. So, you know what? Let's get the opinion of someone who has a lot of experience on the matter of 21-day patches. I brought in today an industry expert. Yuvi, what do you think?
What? You
Okay.
I look, it's good. Like really, I just like gave you my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That-
okay,
Like having like a banner, just like a patch, focusing on one character is good. But if you want to talk about like behind the scenes where the devs and the staff have to like deal with it, having like like a more, what do you call it, continuous patches, and in like a shorter amount of time,
yeah,
it would be without like breaking my NDAs. It would be a little hectic because there's a lot of management in the
Yeah.
background, and there's like really little time, little gaps for the staffs and employees of BP to like be making like new patches.
yeah.
Like
It's a lot of juggling.
very it's a lot of juggling, because think about it, like in one patch, what is there in one patch for like one character? There's the web event, there's the soundtrack, there's the NPCs, new NPC sprites,
There's the boss design.
all that jazz. There's the boss design, there's the animating, the rigging. There's a lot
Yeah,
is in one patch,
and you have to squeeze
and
all of
imagine
that in
having
21
this
days.
all the time.
Yeah, it's
Imagine having this
constant.
all the time.
It's very, very hectic.
Explosive.
Yeah,
I do not want to be in the company that has that much patches. Imagine
Yeah.
cramming all the patches in one meeting. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
because I just recently like discovered that this is how AK works, right?
Oh my god.
because
Look,
I no
There's a difference. There's a difference between Blue Pop and Hypergriff.
yeah, I realized that.
It's a big ass company.
Yeah,
It's a big ass company, like actually big. Blue Park is not that.
Yeah,
big.
it's not that big. Because the thing is, I've been surprised because I got so used to the usual 42 patch cycle. I mean, 42 day cycle, and like I saw, oh, Enfield is also doing 42 weeks, 42 day cycle. I guess that's also the case for. No, it wasn't the case. But anyway, right. Okay. So, as you said, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background, and like that's really stressful. And I can't comment on that because I never been on any industry ever. So that's wonderful. I'm just,
Yes,
wanna
I am
leave
like
this
giving you
aside.
so many comments. Like I'm doxing myself.
Yeah, I'm sorry for making you
Yeah.
do this. Do you want me to censor this entire part?
No, I don't think anyone can tell like who am I like behind like the Yugi persona anyway. So like I don't really care.
Okay, you heard that. That's a challenge. I'm just kidding. That's not a challenge. But yeah,
It's a challenge.
That's a fucking challenge, bitch.
I think for the most part though, I think laugh. Can I abbreviate it to laugh?
Bro.
Laugh.
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 Laugh like works first and foremost because you know it's about the Hoffmans, two already well-established characters with a lot of like a story and information backing into them. Plus like the event also works because as I said earlier, it's a denouement for and a farewell for Greta and another chapter for Adler, you know, leading up to the next chapter of his life. And I don't think this length, you know, a 2 to 3 hour length could work for any other character without like a heavy consideration. Like maybe, you know, we take another character that has already been introduced for quite a while, like I don't know, Madam Z. Maybe she could work for a 21
Yeah,
day
that's what
patch.
that was what's that's
Yeah.
the person I was thinking about. It was like I can see
Yeah.
Madam C
Yes.
being playable and getting like a personal solo patch.
Yeah, I could see that. But like
Lead, honestly.
but like, let's say you squeeze down the midnight whistle and introduce one character, just Robuska, into the fray. That's not going to work. That could never happen.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not. It would never work because at least
Character
3.6.
introduction.
Yeah, 3.6. Its main benefit is that all the characters in it are already pre-established. They
Yeah.
have come from all the previous patches, and it just culminates into like one singular story
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
drives it forward.
yeah, very much so.
But if you put it in a different patch, if you apply this in like a patch that's very separate, you know, like the Midnight Whistle, it would not work because it needs build up. It needs two characters.
Yeah,
It needs context.
Maybe.
like Semmelweis cannot carry it alone with like 2 to 3 hours, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as we love her. But like, you know, who knows though? Maybe I could be proven wrong. This is a challenge to the Blue Park. No. I swear.
Oh no,
swear to-
let's not give trouble to like the employee.
Yeah, I'm gonna stress them out. I have high
Remember, everyone is a
expectations for
fucking
you.
office worker.
Okay.
It would be very funny though if that eventually happens and I'm proven wrong and I get killed one day because of it. But yeah, because like there are some certain stories in the game, like I don't know, chapter 3 where it's like a self-contained story within 2 to 3 hours and it's so fucking good. You know, I guess that's kind of like an exception to the rule, but it's going to take a lot of like convincing to actually do that. Especially if, you know, as I said, if you're introducing a new character, 2 to 3 hours is not that long of a time to do with like starting up the setting, introducing the character's surface, and then like digging into the details slowly and then developing from there in just 2 to 3 hours. Because, okay, it's going to be a slightly hot take. Because do you know who I'm reminded of? Like what I'm reminded of when I think of a story that only has 2 to 3 hours to get into the setting, introduce a character, make them suffer, dig through all of their depths, and make the player care for them. Like what story do you think that is? 2 to 3 hours.
Like 3 hours or like what, Nautica or?
No. Nautica is like 10 hours. No, not really 10 hours,
Oh,
like
yeah.
8 hours. But just to make it quick, the thing that I'm thinking about is chapter 1 to 2.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speedrun.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, that
speedrun
makes a lot of
info.
sense.
one was Schneider.
Yeah, and Schneider, of course. It's just that.
I feel like I'm not allowed to say this, but both of you already know my takes on like the whole Schneider thing in the intro. Is that it could have been better.
It could have been better,
They-
definitely.
Mhm.
It could have
It
been
really could have
longer
been
and better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I understand why, because working
Yeah,
work experience.
yeah, and also you have to jingle the keys a little bit to the new player so that they keep retention. Like,
Yeah.
kind of why most gacha starter stories are not that good. But if there are any shooters for chapter 1 and 2, please don't kill me in the comment section. This is my opinion, okay? I just,
Yeah.
yeah, I've already said this time and
I
time again,
think-
but I'm really not a big fan of the introductory chapters. Yeah, that must.
Yeah, I think that at the very least, chapter 3 and I guess chapter 4 serves themselves as like a compensation, like quote unquote compensation, because it slows down the main story narrative down to its main characters, Verton, Juvis, etc. Um, but because it's more slowed down, it's easier to understand where the characters are coming from and what they do and their motivations, unlike in chapters 1 to 2 where you have to um introduce everything
Yeah,
while also maintaining like a short time, I guess.
yeah. And then also pushing the narrative forward so that it remains interesting because you have to juggle through world building, character introduction, character development, and also
Mhm.
the introduction of your magic system. And then also having to introduce your
Yeah.
baddie. That's a lot. I did not
A
antagonist, villains,
antagonist, not baddies. Okay.
but yeah. But like as I said, who knows? Maybe they could prove me wrong. I like experimentation, you know. Well, maybe I don't
Yeah.
always like experimentation. I like experimentation when it has a lot of thought put into it and it actually works. Which at the very least for Laugh, it's going to be irritating Laugh. Laugh, at least it worked.
Okay.
And
At least it worked.
again, I think that we're going to be definitely seeing more of these 21-day cycles. At the very least, in 4.x, who knows? I feel like discounting the possibility that it's going to never happen again is kind of stupid, especially with like how well received this patch has been overall. Like both in
Mhm.
CN and in global, like we're unanimous. Apart from some like naysayer, but like that's always going to happen when you have an audience this big. That said, though, whether they would be good enough is for Blue Park to prove because, a sample size of one 21-day patch is not inspiring that much confidence. Like, I'm a bit cautious, but at the same time, I want another 21-day patch to actually. And how do I say this? I guess to sing a little bit of praise for this patch. In my opinion, one of the biggest issues, I think I've mentioned this before, but like one of the biggest issues with patches in reverse in general is that they suffer through with the writers not knowing what they can keep and what they can add. Like it suffers with like a writers wanting to do too much and ending up biting more than they could chew in the limited runtime and the required format of the game. Because as a game, it requires a big final boss at the very end and like a few battle stages sprinkled here and there. And like I feel like you could apply this to, some of the more questionable events of the game, like 1.5, trying to be a little bit of a feel good story while at the same time trying to tackle and have some commentary on sports doping. And we all know how that happened. And 1.6, trying to go in depth
Yeah.
with Chinese mythology and being unsure about what to keep and what to add in terms of information. And it all became confusing as someone from outside the Chinese culture. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just that.
This is more like for like commenting for when like working in a team. Is that this is more like when we have like a lot of people in the team and a lot of time it's like a lot of people chiming in on their ideas, good ideas, which is like can be manageable.
Yeah.
But every time we need to have a very concrete goal
Yes.
on what
very
you
much.
wanna do.
Like you need to have a goal.
Or bad things will happen.
Yeah.
concrete goal and like set limitations
Yeah,
on what you
very
want
much
Yeah.
to
so.
know.
Otherwise, you will, lose sight of what's the patch or the
Yeah.
story is wanted it to
Mm.
be about,
Yeah,
and a
Mhm.
lot of times it gets spiral out of control.
yeah, it spirals
Actually,
out
a
of
lot of times.
control. Like another
Yes.
example I could think of is like 2.0, honestly. Because at the very beginning, it's San Francisco, it's disco. And then at the very end, you're dealing with a cult, and all of the disco and San Francisco part has been completely removed from the narrative. Which is, you know,
Yeah,
things like that. And I think that's really easy to lose focus when you have like so many things you want to discuss. And when you have so many things you want to discuss, you could, at the very least, for 42-day patches, you have like the advantage of splitting things off. You know, this thing that I want to talk about goes to this character story and this character story. Meanwhile, we split this off over on the event, and who knows, maybe we have like another story, the anecdote, we could place this there instead. But for 21-day patches, you don't get that, which is why I'm really worried
yeah,
sometimes for future 21-day patches. Because if you need focus for 42-day patches, for 21-day patches, you need hyper focus. You really, really need to know what you really want to do. And like,
yeah. So like, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like DMing, as in like dungeon master
dungeon mastering,
in
yeah.
DD. It's like
Yeah.
you have a theme, you have a setting for the map, you have like all these like designs you want to use, but you do not put that in the story, the main conflict, as in like fighting the boss. And it when the boss like arrives into the stage, it just cuts off from like the settings. You did not use the settings to your own advantage.
Yeah,
And it's just like playing another game entirely.
yeah.
Yeah, like this does happen a lot.
Yeah, like you have this idea in your mind, and when it doesn't happen, it's just that you throw this all of these other stuff instead, and it gets kind of this jumbled mess, and you can't keep track of it, which is, happens in a few
Yeah,
games, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does happen.
Yeah,
It's like you don't, when you have like a setting, but you did not consider the setting to be part of the conflict. I
yeah,
feel like the patch that did really good in like including the cultural stuff and the main conflict together is like London Dawning,
London Dawning is very
because
good.
the conflict,
Yeah.
yeah, because the conflict in like the climax, we Willow fights the smog basically on stage. That's like
Yeah,
basically
Mhm.
combining the settings with the main antagonist,
yeah,
and
very much so.
also
It also works
like
as a metaphor.
solving the character issue, character development also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's that's focus. Even if you have two completely distinct things happening at the same time, you kind of merge them together into one thing, and that's the thing. That one goal that you have from the very beginning, and you keep your eyes to it, and you don't stray that much away from it. Which I would argue,
Yeah,
first and last and first, laugh, and did really well by virtue of they know that their focus is always going to be the Hoffmans, Enigma and Greta.
yeah,
We had a little bit on a Toybox and how it works, but the scope is more or less contained. So, like, they already know that they had to be focused. So for the next 21-day patch, they need a very clear and a very good vision from the start, mindful execution as to how they're going to do it, and effort, of course, to actually get through to it, and of course, again, do not stray away from that goal at all times. Now, will Blue Puck be able to achieve that? I don't know, but I'm being optimistic because 3.x series has been so good. There's no misses so far, and
I'm actually kind of scared.
yeah, I'm a
Like,
bit scared. I'm a bit scared
where's
for
the
the
bad
end.
patch? Like,
Where's the bad
can you
one?
at
Where
least
is
like
it?
tell me? Can you at least tell me like
Yeah.
which is the bad patch so I can know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh well.
that's also why at the
Well.
same time I'm being cautious, because who knows? Who knows? There's a chance they're gonna be fucking it up. Of course, they're just human, but I hope they don't, because at the end of the day, these are like creatives. They want to make a good story, and I'm an audience. I want to read a good story as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, But aside from that, though, there's also one other part that I want to talk about, and that is, regarding also the future. Because who's left? Who's left, really?
Uh,
This last.
okay, these are all the morally gray characters.
What's morally
Yes,
gray about
um,
Enigma?
Well, and not Enigma, I guess.
Yeah. No, this
So,
this is my.
Enigma's like, he was just there, but like, I'm not sure who invited him.
Yeah, they just invited him. This is actually my hear me out cake. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Oh my
So like
god.
you have
God,
Milf,
man.
you have Dilf,
This
you
is not-
have assassin, and you have
Depressed
guy
German boy.
who just yeah,
This
who
is
doesn't
that's a
go
guy.
outside.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the blandest hear me out cake I've ever seen.
Yeah, if
sorry.
you wanted the hear me out cake, I would pull out Lucy and TTT, okay? Anyway.
TTT at least makes sense. At least
Bro, I
TTT
think like
makes sense.
the latest hear me out I found on Twitter was Lady by the Lake.
Oh,
That
you
was
know
from my
what? Amazing. Love that for them. Love that for them.
At
Um,
least.
Actually, good
At
taste.
least.
but yeah.
Good taste.
For our listeners, please ignore the fact that we have like two different shades of white. One is a little bit grayer. This is what I mean by like I've been struggling with PowerPoint. Anyway, this is less about last and first principles, and more so about the 3.x series, because I feel like as compared to 2.x, we've been getting more and more important people become playable in the 3.x series. Like, for example, Beryl. He's been teased ever since 2.0 and, has been mentioned ever since launch, with Matilda's like notes and all that. After that, we got Igor, has been there ever since 1.9, very key figure in the entire Storm era and has a lot of lore with the Amber Room. Then we have Lawrence Butterfly, has been here ever since launch. I still have no clue why you would introduce Institutum Lawrence in Chapter 1. I'm pissed. And now,
There was like a lot of introductions.
There's a lot of stuff.
Even in like in the star chapters, also mentioned
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah, she had
and
like
also the
6
paper she
months.
published.
She had 6 months and no mention of her. And then after that, her next mention was what? The Aleph? Which is like an entire year?
Yeah.
No, 2.4. Almost an entire year. But yeah. It's been great. I have no
There's
qualms.
also
Yeah.
Pre-Zone Protocol.
Yeah, that's 2.8. That's very far away. But yeah.
Okay.
I have no qualms about how Institutum Lawrence is being has been presented in the past. It is perfect. It is completely unblemished. I like everything about it, I guess. But yeah, now we have another key player adding on to the roster. We have Enigma, and God, honestly, how many patches has it been ever since Enigma's first introduction? Like, off the top of my
1.4.
head.
It's been 1.4. He was introduced
Yeah.
in the star simultaneously with Greta.
So 1.5,
So,
1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8 AC, 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 20.
20 patches.
Exactly
And it's
20
so innocent.
patches. Oh my
It's
god.
been over what? It's been over like 2 years since his
Yeah,
introduction,
way
and it's
over
only
2
now
years.
that he's. It's only now that he's become playable.
Yeah, it's only
So-
now that he stepped up,
Okay.
What a fucking bum.
He stepped up. Oh my god.
Okay,
True
look,
though. Though.
he need time to adjust. He need time to have that courage. Okay, like it takes a lot for him because he's depressed as fuck.
Depression, grief, all at once. All he had to handle all
Yeah.
that in like
Yeah.
a few
And
months
he has to
in
be
game.
like an uncle figure now. It's
Yeah.
like there's a lot for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe we
Well-
have this many shooters for Enigma in the Voidcast. I'm just kidding. I'm also a shooter for Enigma.
Yeah. It's
Uh.
like you could
Okay, I feel bad
like
for
ever
him.
since
A
his
lot of people-
introduction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since his introduction, it's been very clear that they intended him to be playable because nothing about his design has changed.
Yeah, like
But,
not an NPC does not just simply
But
have
he
whatever
needed a
the
lot
fuck
of
he had in
time
his
and build up,
shoulder.
so it's understandable why it took them way too fucking long for him to be playable. Or not
Yeah.
even too long, just about enough time. to give him to develop.
Yeah, very much so. And I'm very happy that he's now here, as director.
Yeah.
And yeah, it has been a while now. Like, I think I briefly mentioned this before with you guys, but like it's
Yeah.
off recording. But we've really been getting a lot of important people here in the 3.x series. While, of course, at the same time they're introducing new characters to fill in the gaps, which is good. We have Sentinel, we have Charon, we have Marcia, we have other people that I will not be mentioning in case they become playable in the future, which I have no knowledge about. By the way, I have no knowledge about who's going to be playable in the future. Haha. But yeah, it's all fine and dandy. The issue is,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't exactly call it an issue, but like, it's just the nature of gacha games at this point. Is the fact that oftentimes when characters, become playable, they're kind of thrown in the wayside for a moment and like, kind of forgotten for newer units to be marketed instead. That's just how it is. I've come to accept that more or less. This is that I'd love to say Reverse doesn't do this, but they absolutely do because if they didn't, we wouldn't have a situation with like Druvis or like Regulus or Sotheby or like the entirety of Team Timekeeper, like the original team has been kind of hanging for a while now, and I think we can all admit that they have been all
just
lacking
need
screen
for-
time.
Or like an anniversary chapter or something.
Yeah, more or
Yeah.
less. Now, with all that in mind,
Yeah,
since we now have
basically.
already so many important figures here that are now playable, I'm a bit scared. I'm just, a little bit scared that, there's a possibility that they're now introduced, their stories are now over.
Who do we have left in the NPC roster? Like, who do we have left in the NPC roster that needs to be
Reyes.
playable? Madame Z, maybe?
Madame Z, Reyes, a little bit.
Bro.
Yeah, Madame Z, Reyes.
Who else?
Who else that has the sign that
Ibis.
screams
I was
playable?
gonna
Black Ibis.
joke. Brother again. Black
Bro,
Ibis.
yeah,
Yeah,
Black Ibis, that makes sense, but like I don't count Black Ibis because that's for CNY. That's
yeah,
like
that's
a
for
special
CNY.
occasion.
Like
Who knows,
Madame Z and
though?
Madame Z
knows,
and Black
though?
Ibis are both
Imagine she's
CNY.
not in CNY. Imagine.
Listen, she's Mrs. Worldwide,
Oh my
okay?
God.
She's
Sure.
all over the place.
I guess
The
Pointer.
Oh yeah, Pointer.
Yeah,
What do you think
Pointer.
of Pointer
I
playable?
can see Pointer being playable. Definitely.
Actually, she has like a name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is
She
possible.
technically does have like she does have the build up to be playable. Just like we need to see more of her
Yeah,
at least.
we need like a 1987
Um,
Space Overture Part
yeah.
2. We need a Part 2.
Part 2?
Yeah.
Like, we send
Or
Kiparina to
means-
space one more time.
87.
I feel like there's a reason why they dropped Pointer's lore
Again?
and just leave it there.
Yeah.
they dropped the lore and just left
Yeah.
it there. Like Cepheus, it was left there, and I like, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
she's
sure,
definitely
why
gonna
not?
be playable. Who fucking knows?
Um, there's also Ludwig, I guess.
Ludwig's fucking dead.
I
Right.
guess. He probably is dead as fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of
He's-
the
okay,
issue.
okay.
Okay, he's
Oh my
just
God. Yeah.
he's fine, except he's suffering right now because of the consequences of his own actions.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Make him into a
Um,
normal bird. It would be funny.
It would be funny. It would be very funny
Make
to
him
bring
into
back.
a normal fucking bird. It would be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, I feel
Yeah.
like Ludwig has a lot more like potential of being explored, especially by the fact that he's trying to find an all-encompassing language, which we already have that Esperanto and all that. So it's gonna be very interesting if they do something
yeah,
about
we
it.
have Esperanto,
Mhm.
but also we have a person. We have a person who
Yeah.
can like translate the language stuff. Anyways, that's Lawrence Butterfly. She
Yeah.
already had that figured out.
So like kind
The
of a
only
skill
thing she
issue.
doesn't know is the Esperanto part.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
that.
man.
Oh
But-
yeah,
I'm a
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also count.
Yeah.
Ima, Valentina, Verity. I don't know.
Yeah, Valentina. And I guess the
Atu,
numerous other
Atu, please
people,
come back.
the
please.
numerous other people that has still not died in that Manus dining table, possible, who knows? And
Felicine is already playable by virtue of
by virtue.
Broom.
Technically,
so
yes,
it's like whatever.
Tracy and Sloy playable.
By virtue.
The rest is I'm not sure if they're gonna be playable or they're gonna be dead as fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of the case. That being said, though, how else? I mean, what else is there? Yeah. Back to my original point. As I said earlier, these four are now playable, which is great, amazing. I love having them in my suitcase. But the thing is, there's that fear that they're not going to be explored as much once again in future patches. The spotlight is going to be shining on someone else, and they're just going to having either brief appearances or just having a support role in a narrative, or at the very worst, at the very worst case, they're going to be treated like Anjo Nala, because Anjo Nala has so much stuff that could
It's
have
gone.
been done with her,
Oh, yeah.
have additional dynamics, for the additional dynamics for Teen Timekeeper, having this entire succubus who could do so much damage in the suitcase, who follows her every order, kind of more or less. But no, her arc is already done, so she gets put in the backseat and we never see her ever again. We're never gonna see her ever again. And similarly, I mean, Nautica, I feel like it's not completely the case
What?
because there's still some stuff happening to her, but and I don't think she fits the era in the way that imagine you're a trench soldier and you just see a chimera. I don't think that's gonna be the case. It's gonna be very weird, but still. What I'm trying to say is that I'm
I
scared.
feel like Nautica's
Yeah.
case is more about the experiments, at least like some sort of like scientific stuff. Because last
Yeah.
time the Foundation and La Paz are like all swarming her
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
research.
They're still doing that even in 3.6.
Yeah, very much
From
so.
the
Oh,
little bits that we know.
Anjonara is still, maybe they can bring her back for the stolen relic stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
questioning.
Maybe.
Which we are
Question mark,
still
who
missing
knows?
3 more items.
Unless
Yeah.
we want to go to the, that one faction that has been mentioned once and never mentioned again.
We are not going to the Hunters Guild.
Do you know what I'm
We're
talking
not
about?
going to the Hunters Guild, okay?
Nah, come on. It's mentioned. Come on.
I mean, okay. If you're
No,
going
and
to
they have a logo and everything.
okay, if you want to go for the Hunters Guild, I have something different to offer you. We're going to Rock City. We're going to Rock City, and you're going to be happy with it.
You. Fuck you.
Bro.
I am being haunted by Rock City by one specific person for 3 years, and if they ever explore that again, which I hope not, actually, I am never going to hear the end of it from them. I swear to God.
Amazing.
Dog, it's like one of the earliest. It's one of the earliest inside jokes within, I don't know, the reverse Discord, specifically within the lore channel. It's a really bad inside joke, if anything, because if it ever gets mentioned at least once in the discussion, everyone is gonna become a fucking echo chamber, and
Yeah,
I
It's going to
not
be
that I hate
so
it, I just find it
ass.
really funny. It's
Do you want to
Yeah.
tell the
Yeah.
context of it, that entire thing?
yeah. Yes. Basically, Rock City is a place within the game's world where it explores like two brothers becoming a gang, and they all go through some shit in Rock City, and I think they lose her sister. I kind of forgot the plot, but if you don't know, that's that's the plot of Mintage as aesthetics question mark, or
Yeah.
basically the Sharpadonti grinding stages. There is
Yeah.
also lore in the dust grinding stages, but like no one gives a shit about
yeah.
the dust.
Yeah, it's a bit more lame
Hey,
because
we
it's
got
just the critters,
So
honestly.
read the goddamn description on the stages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's still the
the critters
funniest
took over the
tidbit.
fucking town.
Yeah.
God, that's stupid.
It's still the funniest tidbit. I still have no clue why it's there. But
And
yeah, I don't think it's going to be explored. However, that's the
Yeah.
part that
Later
I'm
date.
afraid is not going to be explored anymore is, once again, bringing it back, these four, because yeah, I'm scared that this is all they're going to offer in terms of, Igor. This is all they're going to offer in terms of Beryl, or this is all we're going to get of Lorenz or Adler. Like, they don't develop even further, and they just serve like occasional roles in a narrative. It feels a little bit irrational considering all things, but seeing how much stuff we have left, and how they have previously treated other characters like Gruvis in the past, what do you guys think of this? I guess fear that they're no longer going to be used anymore.
I feel like it's difficult for these four, especially because I feel like with these four, they have like a very strong role, like very specific role in like their own like factions or sides, or like in the subplot they are related to. Like Beryl is like related to like the depths of myths and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All about like Numa
Yeah.
and Igor. Like that's the entire faction for like the three, and Beryl is more like on her own thing, but still it's about the depths of myth and also Manus Vindicte.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's difficult to not include them when like the topic that is like related to them is like brought up.
Yeah.
And I think it might be because they realized that they kind of fucked up with Druvis.
Yeah.
They kind of fucked up with
Druvis is
like they
way
made
too
her
strong.
too strong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
therefore she's not allowed to appear.
Mm-hmm.
It's too OP.
Yeah. I think that I do agree that it's really hard to not what was it? It's hard to not mention these characters like ever again, because all four of them serve a very important purpose in the factions that they're part of, and the sub stories that connect to the main story, especially since all four of them very clearly connect to the main story. And if if they're not going to be used any longer, then there's no point to the main story anyway.
Yeah,
Because
these four are more like Madame C and Constantine for me. Is that they play a bigger role in like sort of politics, sort of subplot that is more like on the Arcanum side for Liberta. I guess also politics because she kind of stole stuff.
Yeah.
Arcane.
I don't think this is just politics.
Yeah.
I think that's law.
like the main thing.
Yeah, that's the law. You know what? She'll go to jail for that, maybe.
Yeah, the whole thing is that they're all central figures in their own in their faction side plots. So if they're gonna dabble on like these same side plots again, like in the future, of course they still have to be there, or it would be really hard to make them not be there in the first place.
Also, they're very useful in the narrative.
Yeah, they're very useful.
Useful in
It's
the
just that
narrative.
I guess I'm a little
barrels.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little apprehensive all about it because of the fact that it's been like 4 or 5 patches since 3.5. I mean 3.2. I mean 3.2 where Beryl talked to Verton and we still have not had like the resulting conversation about when they talked about the golden threads, which is I feel like it's a very important conversation to be had, you know? I'm being a little bit impatient here.
They talk when Beryl be turned into a goddamn narrator for some reason. Like she has that power, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main issue is that, well, they have to put a cliffhanger somewhere. So I have a feeling that at least Beryl and Igor will take the forefront again, because their subplots are really, really important to, 3.x in general, especially in relation to Verton, since 1, the Amber Room, 2, the Decim Myth, and the Golden Thread at the same time. Like, all of these things are very interconnected.
Yeah.
While with, I don't know, Marguerite, Lawrence Butterfly, and Enigma, they add like support to those subplots also.
I feel like for Marguerite and Enigma,
it's more like a few mentions.
Yeah. I feel like for Marguerite and Enigma, we're always going to be seeing them by virtue of them being in Laplace, and everyone loves Laplace. The devs love Laplace, the writers love Laplace, the fans love Laplace. But the thing is, I don't think they're going to have that focal of a role in it as much as they have in the previous patches. Like, we're not going to have another event where Lawrence Butterfly does Lawrence Butterfly cool ass things while sneaking through like an illegal Arcanus auction. We're not going to be having that again.
Yeah,
At best,
maybe
it's
like
going to be in the
next time
background.
we're just gonna see. Oh, there's a bit of a hint for like the Lawrence Institutum about like infiltrating concert and orchestra. So maybe it's that one. They keep mentioning that for quite a while now.
Yeah.
We still don't know which orchestra they're talking about.
Like at worst,
Maybe.
maybe I'm thinking about things, but like at worst, I'm not at worst, but like at best, I feel like we get another Lawrence Butterfly event where she takes the main perspective, but it's only the event where the head of the head of Institution Lawrence, the one who invited her, actually becomes playable. I could see that happening.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, uh, Coppelia's mom, you mean?
Sure. I'm not even sure if that's
Sure, why
like
not?
spoiler territory or not.
It's
So that's
not.
not even spoiler. It's in her goddamn character story, in like Marguerite's character story.
Yeah, we discussed this like last patch.
Oh,
so it's
right,
like
I
whatever now.
forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
discussed
Sorry, I
it
have
on last
short-term
cast.
memory
Before
loss.
gore.
There's like no one else that has like the fucking purple perfume thingy, mist thingy, except like for her, nectar is what the Coppelia calls her, and we just have nothing else.
Yeah. Like they're going to appear, it's just not to the same degree that they have in their own patches. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm a little bit worried about that sometimes, but hopefully they become like as satisfying as they are in their actual patches because yeah. And aside from that, I guess we
Oh,
already
wait.
talked about yeah.
The thing in 3.5, Valley of Tears,
Oh.
where the mithril came from. Maybe that's gonna be important for the Lawrence support.
Ooh, yeah.
Lawrence or the
Just like-
relics shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like a lot of loose ends to not tie up, but like possibly explore. You know?
Yeah. They have a lot to work with. We have a lot to work with. So
Yeah, that's
we'll
like a
probably see.
lot.
yeah, it's a little bit more stressful when you say we rather than they, you know?
Yeah. Well, to be
Yeah.
and well, in the future, anyways, it's not our issue right now.
Yeah.
Not right now. Just in
For
the
now,
future.
I'm just very much chilling and, well, as I said earlier, like, this in the same way as like the previous spiel about 21-day patches, I hope it goes well. I can only ever hope.
Yeah.
And, well,
Mm.
considering that this is an entire presentation, like an entire discussion about the future of the game, we can never really predict anything. We're not Beryl, but we just, you know, lead a little bit here and there about what we want and what we expect. And if they're going to do it, well, we just hope that they do it well. And more or less, that's about it for this presentation. It's I wouldn't say it's short. It's an hour long, but like a majority of it is random spiels that I accidentally got myself into because, as I said earlier, I kind of changed my script the last minute. But whoever, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
my
it's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. As for the other metaphors, I guess you could now go figure it out yourself. You know, get a friend, read through the story together, try to piece it bit by bit. I promise to you, it's fun. Okay. And yeah, just don't make me your English teacher that tells you the entire answer to the exam about how the curtains are blue. Figure it out yourself and then cross-reference it with others. Like
Yeah,
that's
like
how comprehension
Yeah.
our
works.
channel is not that. The thing about our channel is not a summary channel. Basically,
We're
it's
not
for
gonna-
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's for us interpreting the story in our own way.
Yeah.
Especially for like in like the field that we are like an expert in,
Yeah.
which is it's not
Yeah.
about being right. It's about learning more.
Yeah, very much so. And like
Uh-huh. Mhm.
the thing about this is that of course I can of course interpret the metaphors as this and that, but it's so on your nose, a lot of them, that I think you could come to your own conclusion in the same way without us. So, you know, we'd rather have
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
conversation altogether rather than that. And well,
Hmm.
I had fun. Even if this is very much rushed, but nonetheless, again, let's just look forward to the future of the game because aside from something a very large elephant in the room that I will choose to ignore, anniversary is coming up soon. So very much cannot wait for all of that. And with all that being said,
Yes.
I guess if you guys have nothing else to say, are you guys ready to end this patch off?
Oh yeah. Let's
Alright,
go because
then.
I have nothing else to say.
That's amazing.
You need
I-
to.
It's weird that for once you have nothing else to say.
I feel like it's best that I conclude this and not take you out to sea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, that's the end of another episode, and that's the end of this batch. Surprisingly enough, that's like it still feels very much weird that 21-day patches we only have one episode. I know it's quite a shame, but well, we don't have infinite things to talk about, and also we don't have infinite time, unfortunately. But I think at the end of the day, we all had fun. I think that's the most important part, right? Right? Like, come on.
Yeah, I had fun writing my script.
I
That is basically one topic, 6 pages long.
Yeah, I can feel
Just
like you had a lot of fun talking about 77, Greta. Like just a hint. I'm getting an inkling that you
I
really
mean,
enjoyed
okay,
that.
look,
Maybe.
that's like the one thing I'm good at.
Just telling Yuri.
Yeah,
That's like the one thing I'm good at.
yeah. It's just like every so often you get to meet your dealer of like a dealer. I'm not gonna specify what kind of dealer because I don't have experience in this kind of thing. But like you often meet
Okay.
in professional settings, and then all of a sudden your dealer gets to do the stuff that they really want to do, and it's the best thing ever in their perspective.
I'm sure it's like the best thing ever for like the people waiting for me to
Yes,
drop this
the
ball.
addicts. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's hope our dear friends to do like 77 Grota that they have fun with
There's
whatever.
basically barely any content of them.
yeah, very much
okay?
so.
And besides
Yeah, exactly.
the canon.
Yeah, and like somehow we
You know
also
that
had like
you know that
yeah.
GIF or GIF.
Yeah.
You know that GIF or GIF, I don't know, of that dog that eats a fuck ton of lettuce, like rapidly.
Oh yeah, I
I
remember
think yeah, that one. Yeah, that's what I imagine when our friends are gonna just find this episode.
that. They're
Yeah.
just gonna eat it up.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what that
Yeah,
GIF
have
is, and I'm
fun.
not going to be uploading that GIF into the screen when I'm editing it, okay? I am way too
No.
fucking tired. No.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
it's actually
obviously not.
very well known. It's like it looks like either a corgi or a Shiba, just like ravaging a fucking cabbage. Pretty fun.
Yeah,
Well,
just
good for
don't
the
insert it.
dog.
I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
For
Oh
reference.
yeah, it is. Fucking corgi.
Yeah,
Looks
I
a
mean, like
fucking dog.
Tenor just died in Discord, so who knows? Maybe it's not there anymore. But yeah.
Maybe.
With all
Yeah.
that being said, though, yeah, we had fun. I had fun as well. Yapping and talking and speaking. It's all been fun. With all that being said, though, like,
Okay.
in my section, we talked about the Zukunft, the future of the game, but I feel like we have enough time right now. Like, let's also talk about the Zukunft, the future of the podcast right now, because I wouldn't say there's going to be like a lot of changes, but for the next few days, for the next few weeks, as far as you assume, we will be taking a quite a short vacation. Just get our bearings straight. Because after all, we've been doing this for 6 months now. Like, oh my god, like happy
Yep.
6-month anniversary,
We-
guys! I actually forgot to greet you guys
Happy
like a
6 months.
Yeah,
few days ago.
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, half a
We
year.
are actually kind of tired. As in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like we can feel our art block getting to us.
Yeah.
When we write.
we need to go back to our like
Yeah.
our fresh oasis of ideas and also other stuff. And we also have, as I said earlier, like in real life stuff to do. Lots of them. So
Yes, a lot of them actually.
A
I
very
have
busy
like
time for us all.
I have like stuff to do. I have to like go to the Thai reverse fan meeting.
yeah, I hope you guys
and,
have fun.
It's first time doing I guess like as a special guest on the station
Yeah.
talking and stuff.
Very special guest.
But we still have like stuff to prepare.
Yeah.
Very, very special.
That being said, though, if they want like a live Voidcast recording, just say so, and they have to buy the tickets for me and Deimos. Okay?
Oh my god.
We're gonna have a live episode. Oh, that would be
Oh my god.
Let's just
amazing.
group from here.
Yeah.
Let's
That'll
greet
be
them from here for
insane.
shits and giggles.
Yeah, but aside from that, though, as I said, we're going to be taking a short vacation. That being said, that doesn't mean that the channel is going to be completely dead for 21 days or like the next few weeks. That it doesn't mean that. We will be trying our best to be uploading some other stuff, just have other recordings just simply outside of Reverse, just to revitalize our general creativity, get some ideas from other games, and also just be a little bit more chill. Like in the past, we had like
Yeah, we'll be playing
yeah,
on
Mhm.
Catan.
Catan. Who
You wanna
knows?
play Catan?
I mean, like
Bakamon.
Backgammon. Yeah, of course. You would recommend board games and all that, but who knows? We have a very
Yeah, like
vast.
classic.
Yeah, like some these two like they splurged a lot during the Steam summer sale. Okay, their
Oh,
bank
hi.
accounts are like
Hello.
zero right now, and like so they have like a very large Steam library. So who knows? Like we might be battling it
Mhm.
out in a very knockoff version of Colonist. I mean, like whatever over here on Discord.
Catan. Colonist is the
Yeah,
knockoff version.
yeah, it's a knockoff
Catan is
version
the
of
OG one.
knockoff version over here on Discord,
Catan.
or maybe we'll be um going on about another farm in another game. Who knows? Or maybe we'll find ourselves on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a house with a basement on it. And in that basement is okay. I'll stop myself there.
In it.
Anyway, that being said, though,
Oh,
aside from that, um, for the future of the podcast, a general idea that we had for other episodes, like things like that, is well, of course, as a fan of Reverse, you guys might already be familiar with the upcoming Laplace animated series with the absolutely banger intro music. Hello. Also, I love the animation over there. We all
true.
do. It's great.
The
More,
animation and all the stupids.
yes,
All
more
the
Marcus
stupid.
content and more
They're all
Alien
stupid.
T content. That's the most important part. More Alien T content.
Holy shit.
More La
Alien
Paz
T content, and
content.
I think a certain someone would very much enjoy the Voyager content
Yeah,
also.
a very
Yes.
a
And
very prominent figure in the entire community.
Yes, true.
and I guess also I think a lot of people will enjoy the very obviously in character content of Verton being an absolute little shit.
Yeah, we
Oh,
haven't
you
had
know.
that much
You know
Verton
what?
being an absolute little shit
Hey,
for a
look,
while
she
now.
got the dance moves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that
has the
dance.
energy.
She's so fucking lame, I hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that gay little dance.
Yeah, but yeah, as far as you can see, we're all very, very excited for like the Laplace animation series. So, an idea that we had in this case is that we could possibly do some, well, reaction content of it, as not just lore experts trying to see if there are any references to the series itself, but just like a general Reverse 1999 players who really liked the game and of course wanted to appreciate what they've done alongside the IP overall. So if that might be interesting to you, just tell us and we might do it. We're probably just going to do it nonetheless, but
I'm
still,
just gonna end up talking about the animation.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a little bit scared that we're gonna be
Just gonna end
pausing a
up
lot.
talking about the goddamn animation.
Yeah. I swear to God, if one
Yeah.
episode of the animation is going to end up longer than our first episode of the Voidcast, I'm just going to die.
Oh my god, the editing is gonna be ass.
Yeah.
The rendering too.
So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's one of our ideas, and of course, well, aside from that, the very sought after, like the shining light in the distance, of course, is none other than the third anniversary for Reverse 1999. Like, it's really been 6 months since, and we're now approaching like another year, another entire cycle for the entire game, and well, let's just say that by then we hope that we will be having something very, very special for all of you. So just be on the lookout for that. And yeah, do you guys have anything specific you want to leak?
anything to
Um,
leak.
Am I even
Everyone is gonna.
allowed to
Everyone.
say my
Okay, look.
anniversary project? But
Mm.
You know what? You see it when you see it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. You want spoilers? Everyone is gonna fucking die. That's certified misinformation from the lore person.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Just quote
Everyone's
them on
gonna
that,
fucking die.
and if they're ever wrong, we can all kill them. That being
Oh
said
my
though,
god!
I almost
Playable
Okay,
candidate.
okay, I almost want to say that we've been teasing it for like ever since 3.2 that we've made a revelation regarding the storm and all of that. So
Yeah.
should we say that we're going to finally be revealing it come 3.8? I mean, come 3.7, I mean.
It's been so many patches though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but like I think the essence of it,
Yeah.
the essence of it is still very much
Uh-huh.
in there, and like it's. I feel like it's easy enough to explain. I mean, I'm not Demos. I'm not gonna be the one explaining it, but yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like we're
Maybe
going to be discussing
yeah,
it once it comes
gonna-
there.
yeah, I'm gonna give everyone a fucking pop quiz on what just fucking happened. So
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Uh,
I am going to suffer for 3.7, so for like multiple reasons, not just the Voidcast stuff, but also like other stuff that I have to work
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Very much so. It's going to be very stressful, and you could see why we have to take a break, like for the sake of all of our sanities.
Yeah.
Like this episode
Yep.
has already taken a lot from us, and it's just one episode of one patch. But nonetheless, at least you guys have something to look forward to. Aside from that, do you guys have anything else you want to mention?
Oh, what do I want to mention? I forgot I wanted to mention something. I just like completely forgot.
Yeah.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Have we talked about how we're probably going to be getting more expansion on the foreshadowing from the Star chapter?
The Star
Have I-
chapter?
We talk about that?
Oh,
Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I think you did.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it.
Okay,
Yeah. because-
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
because,
Star chapter
like-
is basically foreshadowing for the future, so pay attention
Yeah,
to
very much
whatever has
so.
been said in the Star chapter.
Okay, this is like a very big lesson. Just fucking read
yeah.
the lore, please.
Just read.
Beg
Yeah.
you.
Just read. I mean, like,
Just read.
I feel like we could already trust our audience enough with that. As for me, I guess I could tease, a little bit. It's going to take a lot of convincing for UV and Demos to go through this, but, I can't exactly have a history lesson for 3.7, so I guess I'm just gonna have to figure that out. I guess I'm just gonna have to figure something out for 3.7 for history. But yeah.
You're probably gonna be making a goddamn minigame or something.
Yeah. But anyway,
Oh.
Pop quiz.
any last comments before we take our well-deserved break and shut this radio station down for like a few months, in a few weeks?
Months.
Um,
Okay.
I hope
I hope-
I get more Art 2 content. I haven't have my own faction in a while. Come on,
Yeah.
I love my faction.
I mean, like, when was the last time we got Radio Apple?
Every time that regulars has some sort of content.
Yeah, 2.4.
Maybe.
I
2.4.
mean, look, maybe
like-
like in a live stream,
Yeah.
regulars gonna like appear.
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah.
How many outfits does she have now, Red?
I think it's now 18. I stopped counting.
Okay. I wish that the foundation kind of fucking falls, I guess, because with how much lead up there is with the foundation now. Oh no. We're
yeah.
fucked.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what to say now. I remember what I wanted to say.
Okay.
So please
Yeah.
remember that the core of what makes everyone survive the storm has always been Doomed MILF Yuri.
Okay, I think we could end it there. I think we could very much end it there. That is a wonderful sentence. End this broadcast on. And Like, with all that being said, once again, I have been ReddShifted, and together with my co-hosts UV and Demos, we have been 199.9 FM, the only radio station you can trust in these ever-changing times. Here to say, the age of humans has come to an end. But you can keep on living in our new age. My dear listeners, I all hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night. This will be the end of today's broadcast, but it's just a continuation of our path to progress. Thank you very much for listening.